What's going on, everyone? Yeah, so this is just gonna be another Q&A, just a random Q&A. Yeah, I'm not. I'm just coming on here just to speak, do Q&As. My videos really don't have no point to them other than just whatever comes of it. So, but you guys see the title: connect only with people doing what you're doing, and that's actually what I want to speak on today because I feel like it. And yeah, you got to connect with people doing what you're doing. I'm gonna wait till a few people get in the room before I go in, really. But that's what we really got to be doing now. Like, if people aren't, no one's. If you're around, you got to look at the people who are around you in real life. People who you associate yourself with, even the channels you watch. If they're not doing nothing that you're doing, why the fuck are you watching them? If people don't agree with what you're doing, why are you dealing with them? You need to just start dealing with people, because that's what I realized. Because there was a point in my life where I used to always associate what I should be dealing with is something I shouldn't be dealing with. So I used to have like a superficial ways of like how I deal with people, or people I feel like I should connect with, or how I should see myself. And you don't want to do that. That's something you don't want to do. Like I've realized in my life, like the most people that brought me value, I had more people who brought me value, and somebody I could build with, learn from. And these people weren't even probably as deep as spiritual, or I don't even want to say spiritual because that's fucking the subjective ass word, but they weren't like I thought. Like, because I was so caught up in, like, let's just say you want to learn how to play like baseball or some shit or some dumbass shit, like, or you want to learn how to do like some type of skill. There could be somebody who could teach you how to do that skill, but then you're worrying about learning it from a person who knows how to talk about the skill. There's somebody who knows how to do the skill, but then somebody knows how to talk about the skill, and you rather learn it from them because the way they sound. Whereas somebody who's actually doing the skill, you can get more value from, but you don't want to do it because the person who does the skill, they don't collect crystals. This person collects crystals. Like, you got to get out of that dumbass mindset. This is why I say you want to connect with people doing what you're doing, and that's how you get it. That's how you advance in life. Like, if I see motherfuckers and they're doing shit I don't want to do, I don't even vibe with them, or I don't even negotiate or talk to them at all. That's something I don't fucking do. Like, because there's people in my personal life I had to cut off. Like, there's one motherfucker that I used to know from school. Just like, he was somebody who, like, he talks spiritual and shit, but it's like, what's the point? Like, what are you talking about? You talk all this deep spiritual shit, but like, what's the point? We're not getting nothing done. So then I know other people that I used to fuck with, and we're doing, like, they're actually trying to do things. They're doing what I'm doing. They help me with things that I'm trying to do about healing, fasting. And I'm like, why? Like, and I used to psych myself up, be like, oh, I should only hang out with these people. Shout out to Damian Luck. He said, damn near died off the Drake. Fredo Santana. I just peed in a 8. Oh damn! So you almost died, literally? That's crazy. Yeah, good thing you still here, man. Yeah, we don't need nobody dying. That's shit. That's some bad energy. Yeah, that's why I don't really like fucking with any of these chemicals and all this shit, cause it just. And I used to be somebody who fucks with a lot of different type of chemicals. Like, I don't trust none of this shit out here. That's why you just gotta be sober and clean. Oh, you had a seizure I've drank in 2023. Yeah, yeah. So I used to drink and do a lot of crazy shit, and this shit is not good. Like, I don't like doing. That's why I don't even do that shit no more. But I can see why people do it, because I don't know. Like, I look down on, because when I did it harder than probably most likely anyone. when I did my shit. I overindulge in everything. Drugs, food, sex, like anything I overindulge to the point where like the spirit will create situations to tell me I can't do that no more. So including it, like you said, you had seizures. I had a situation like me. I used to drink like alcohol, and I went crazy. I remember I woke up. I used to get blackout drunk every day, and then I hung out with a friend. This was like probably like over 10 years, a little over 10 years ago. And we went to some car show. I don't even fucking go to car shows. I don't like that shit. I just went with him, and it's funny because that night I wanted to stay home and play the game and chill. He messaged me. I didn't even want to go. And I was like, fuck, I don't want to go. But then I was like, let me just get really drunk so it can be fun. And I got hella drunk. Next thing I know it, I'm in the county cell with no clothes on. And they're all saying how I'm going to jail because I fucking damaged a bunch of people's cars, and they said I tried to hit somebody, and it was some crazy shit, but I didn't go to jail for no assault. They tried to, but the lady said, because I guess like people were trying to jump because I was acting crazy, and then I was swinging, and then the lady came to break it up, and they said I hit her, so they were trying to get me for assault, which didn't make no fucking sense. Even the lady didn't press charges because like they're trying to jump me, so why the fuck would I? I was swinging on everyone, so they were trying to get me for that. They didn't, but they said I had like felony vandalism, but that got dropped. It was vandalism, but it wasn't no felony. But yeah, I ended up doing 2 months and shit, and then ever since that day, I never got blackout drunk. If I were to drink, I would drink where I'm always stable. But ever since then, I never got blackout drunk, at least in public. And I eventually I stopped drinking, but I didn't remember shit. They said I was acting crazy. I was spitting on people, and they had like I remember I was glimpsing in and out. I had like a spit mask on me, and I just was in jail, and I was fucking like butt naked in the cell or something. I don't know. It was crazy, but that's why I don't even really fuck with alcohol like that, because I could see how there be stories I heard like people kill people under alcohol influence, and I'm like, that's dangerous, and that's kind of fucked up because I didn't even know what I was doing. Even when I came to my awareness, I was like, what the fuck's going on? And I was in the county, and the nigga's like, oh, you the nigga that was cussing out everyone and yelling and shit. And I was like, well, I don't even remember what's going on. And the dude I was with, the dude who invited me, who I was cool with, he was like, I'm never talking. I texted him when I got out of jail, and he's like, I'm never talking to you again. Fuck you. And I'm like, what happened? He wouldn't even explain to me what happened. I'm like, what the fuck happened? I still don't even really know what fully happened that day. So all I know is I went to jail because they said I was damaged. I was like, I guess I don't know. Like what I think happened was I was just talking a lot of shit because I was drunk, and then somebody came up and tried to like say something to me, and then I started like swinging, and I don't know. It was weird because I do remember somebody came up to me and like they pushed me, and then like I heard people say just back down, and then ever since then I don't remember nothing after that. And then they said like I guess people were swinging on me, and it was crazy. But and ever since that day I just backed off and didn't do my shit. I don't even fucking fuck with people like that. Ever since that day, that day woke me up from not really doing anything. But that's what I'm saying. We got to be careful. But a lot of situations like that are like they're like those situations where you face death and shit. Those are the times where you're supposed to be learning something. Like you weren't in alignment, or the spirit was trying to teach you something, and you're supposed to learn from that and move on. So it's not just something that just happened. But yeah, good thing you still here though. That's what's up. But yeah, this is why I say like you got to do things, connect with people doing what you're doing. Like this is why like I'm trying to switch up my platform. I'm gonna be talking mainly about certain things, mostly in regards to healing, health, and just wellness. And that's mainly what I want to keep my channel on. And I don't want to stray too much into other stuff because I know there's other things. I notice what helps me the most in life is what helps me, and what helps me the most isn't gonna help everyone. And it's not supposed to. You're supposed to find your own thing. But I don't want to come up on here like, oh, what helps me, and then it needs to help everyone, and then if it doesn't help you, it's like somehow I'm the problem. No, that's not how. I don't want to do shit like that. So that's why I'm gonna just kind of switch my channel to attract certain audience, and then you come to my channel for what it's for. because I'm not trying to be the deepest motherfucker. I'm not trying to like. There's no point. I'm not getting paid from that. Um, Plus my channel is shadow banned. It'd be one thing if I had like a bunch of subscribers and I was making money from it, or I had a like, then that's one thing. But like my channel shadow banned, and even if it was that case, it's that shit ain't important to me. Like I don't really care about views and all that. I mean, honestly, I don't even want that many views really, because it just I'm not that. I don't really. I'd rather be like the person who owns something that's in the background. I don't want to be like too many people watching me, so I really don't even give a fuck about any of these views or any of that shit like that, to be honest. Even if I did have a situation where my shit was popping, I'll have somebody at the forefront doing it while I'm in the back doing it, and that's just how I roll. I don't really like doing. I have a fucking a Leo in the 12th house, so I don't like to be out in the forefront and in the scene. I like to conceal. I like to play the part without being seen and play it in the background. I'm not really uptight. That's because my Leo's in the 12th house. Any power that I have, I don't really like to even show it too much. Really, I like to just bring it out when it's necessary. So, but shout out to everyone in the room. But we gotta start doing that, connecting with people doing what you're doing. And you should know what you need to do. I can't tell somebody what they need to do. And I don't like. And another thing, I don't want to come up on here just being all like loud, disrespectful. Well, I don't mind being disrespectful, but what's the point to it? That's the thing. Like, if it's necessary for me to be disrespectful, because a lot of the shit, like I see a lot of my views, I was looking back at my past videos, and I was thinking about privating them. And I was like, no, I'm gonna keep them because there's no point. Because a lot of that shit was just mainly me just acting silly. It wasn't really like, oh, I'm really good. But when I look at it, it comes off like I'm in a bad mood or I'm like some miserable. And I'm like, that's not even really it. I was just acting silly a lot of those fucking videos. That's why you guys will see like I'll be like saying shit, but then some of my shit be kind of silly because I'm really not even in that type of mood. But so that's why I'm looking. I kind of want to switch up my shit because I'm like, what's the meaning to all this? Like, what's the getting me? Where is it getting me? It's not getting me anywhere. So I'm getting places in my life, but what the content I'm doing when I spend an hour, 2 hours, that 2 hours, what am I getting out of it? I could just not even make the content and be doing something and be getting something from my life. Because I am getting things out of my life. It's just when I make the content, what am I getting from it? So that's why I'm saying like we just gotta do what we gotta do. And I'm not here to tell anybody what to do, to be honest. Because I don't know what you need to do. So who am I to tell somebody what they need to do? But what I can do is tell my story, tell what helps me, which I have been doing. That's why I talk about the qigong, the yoga, the fasting, because that's what helped me. And that's another thing. A lot of people are so caught up in what helps other people other than what helps them. Like I can give a fuck what like motherfuckers will sit there and debate me like, um, I don't think fasting is necessary, or I don't think you don't. And it's like I don't have to even tell you if fasting is necessary or not. Like first of all, I don't care if it's necessary to the next man or woman. I don't give a fuck if it's necessary to me. That's all that matters, and I'm gonna speak like it's necessary to me. And those who resonate and vibe. That's another thing. It's like motherfuckers want to be so deep and try to debunk everything instead of just apply the knowledge what works for them to have a thriving, successful life. Like if you're into a certain like niche where debunking shit and debating is your thing, then okay, that's different. But I'm like my channel's about progress, thriving, and moving to the next level. I just see a lot of motherfuckers, they want to be so deep, especially in the spiritual community. They want to be so deep, but then they don't have nothing they stand on. Because when you're so deep, you try to call out everything. Everything is somehow colonization. It's a bot. It's this, it's that. And it's like, what do you stand on at the end of the day? And we got to understand like the strongest people, they stand on something. You don't know what's going on in somebody's personal life. So that's why you see a lot of Gen Z that be coming up on here looking at certain people. And then let's just say they watch a page about somebody who's like red pill. And then they're so hard for red pill, but they don't understand that dude who's red pill probably has a female that he's fucking on the side and shit who he probably actually may date, or maybe 10 years later he may date that person. But you're sitting here going hard for red pill just because you watch a content creator going, but you don't know what's going on in their personal life. Like you even see certain people that would be like, oh, I'm against X, Y, and Z. Let's just say they say they're against NoFap or some shit. I'm not for or against. I don't give a fuck about that shit, to be honest. But I can see how it benefits people, that NoFap shit. But at the same time, there have been times in my life where I'm like, even though I'm not for it, I don't promote it, and I don't really like look at it like that. There have been times where I just haven't done it because I'm doing other things in my life. Like when I was doing my Qigong hardcore, even when I do my breath work every night, I don't even feel the urge to want to do shit like that regularly. I just don't feel the urge. But it's not like I'm forcefully trying to do it, but I don't feel the urge. So when you're naturally in alignment, you by default don't do certain things. So let's just say there may be some, like let's just say I tell you guys NoFap is dumb, which I'm not saying I'm like, I want to say it's dumb. Anything that's getting rid of desires, I don't disrespect or look down upon, because it's more than just what you're doing. For me to say, let's just say I say NoFap is dumb, and you may say, oh, NoFap's dumb, I'm not going to do it. In my personal life, I may say it's dumb, but I'm probably not doing it. But I'm not doing it because I'm doing breathwork, Qigong. I'm probably building certain energy where I don't have the urge for that. Whereas you're forcing yourself to not do it, and then you may need to do it. You see what I'm saying? Like you gotta know what's for you. Just because I may say, like I'll say, oh, you need to. Somebody may say, oh, fasting is retarded. I don't like fasting. But then, if you look in their personal life, they probably don't eat, they probably only eat once every 2 days. Not because they're trying to focus on fasting, but maybe they just don't feel like eating. Maybe they get more energy when they don't eat. But even though they say they're not for fasting. So you got to know, you don't know what's going on in somebody's personal life that they're doing by default, what they're saying they're probably not for, or they don't talk about. So you have to keep that shit in mind. Because I see that a lot. That's why like a lot of Gen Z will be like fucking warriors for all this. Oh, I'm so hardcore in this, I'm so hardcore in that, but they don't even understand. Like you don't know like where are you getting this shit from? Like because obviously anything anybody gets on the internet, especially Gen Z, they're getting it from somewhere. They're getting it from online. They're getting it from a content. Most people don't have a mind of their own in 2025. Most people don't, and that's a whole nother topic I want to speak on as well. Like it goes deep. Like we're in a time like people right now are more not themselves than any other fucking time. Like it's crazy. Like people are more disconnected. People are more not themselves than any other time because everyone's trying to be like somebody and they promote this type of shit. Like if you want to be a content creator that's successful, you have to talk like this, you have to act like this, you have to be in a niche and be like this. So by default, people are automatically becoming fake. So even when you see a lot of these content channels, they're all cookie cut. They all talk about, they all have the same fucking titles. Do you want to know what do you want to know? Do you want to learn in 10 minutes what took me 30 years to learn? I'm a 40-year-old man and I learned this, and you can learn this in 10 minutes what took me 40 years. Or they'll say the world is over, doomed, there is no way out. Just stupid dumbass titles that are so like the same shit over and over. And it's like people think they're an individual, but they're really not. They're copying a blueprint of like society. Shout out to Zach Savvy. Show yourself, surround yourself with people on the same path as you. Facts, exactly. That's exactly what you got to do. This is how you stop toxic relationship. You stop fakery. You stop all this negative shit, because it's like this is how you and you're able to build other people up. Like there was a time where, because and the thing is when you surround yourself with people around you, you tend to look at the energy. When you're around fake ass people, you feel like you gotta act a certain way. Like there are times like I'll connect with people and I feel like it'll come off as cool and they'll be respectful. Like let's just say you like there'll be times I would connect with people and it will come off as cool. They'll be respectful. They'll even help me out and give me shit. But something in my spirit just knew it wasn't right. And it's funny because down the line, something will happen. And when I start being myself and relaxing, in a mental, spiritual way, just relax and be myself mentally and spiritually, it's like it's a problem. It's an issue. It's like it's some type of like, because one thing you gotta, and even like a lot of, I know some of you guys probably don't are into astrology like that, but like with the astrology, you have your ascendant, and then you have your sun, and you have your moon. Your ascendant is your personality, what people see. Your sun is the actions you do, and your moon is who you are. So all of those are like different things. So when people first see you, they see your ascendant. So your ascendant, my ascendant's in Virgo. So when people see me, they may see Virgo qualities, but when they know me, which my sun is in Pisces, it's opposite of Virgo. So they may, the way they see me may be opposite from my actions. So somebody with certain qualities of Virgo, they may see me. So this is why I say like it's all, I forgot where I was going with this, but it's you got to understand like you got this is why I say you have to surround yourself with people who are doing what you're doing, because you'll this is how that's how toxic relationships and all that shit it all occurs, because people see you somehow, but then your actions may show different. And not to say your actions are bad or you're a bad person, it just they're looking for somebody who's this, but you're not that. This is why I say you got to know who you're dealing with, and always surround yourself with the right type of people. When you try to conform, your spirit dies. Exactly. Anyways, chat. Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, shout out to Zach Savvy. Is what I'm saying. You have to. Your spirit dies, and I feel it too. Every time when I did, like, it'll be times where there'll be people I connect with, and like they'll be cool with me. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys went through that too. You'd be dealing with somebody in real life, and then they'd be cool and everything, but then all of a sudden, like, you don't feel something right. It don't feel right. Like, you know, when somebody smiles in your face and it's fake, it's like that type of energy. And then they'll even do nice shit, and it just don't feel right. And then later down the line, if something happens and you're like, oh, I ain't feeling this. And then like an argument happens or something. And don't get me wrong, arguments can happen with anybody, but you gotta understand, like, you don't want nothing to blow up with somebody you ain't really vibing with, that you faked it with, than somebody you know you're cool with. Because at least when there's something, this is why you'll see some people in relationships, it'll last like 20 years, and some people it last like 20 fucking seconds. Because if you're vibing with somebody and you get into an argument, which is bound to happen in a relationship, like man and female, even if it goes sour, it goes south, you have something you're working on. You still have something you can relate to on the core level. So the argument is not enough to shake the whole foundation of the relationship, because you got something solid. This is why when you get in a relationship with females, you want to find somebody that's doing something with you. It all stems to doing something, whatever you're doing. Even with a relationship with a female, if you want to go out and have a one night stand and have flings and fuck a bitch and leave her, that's a different story. You can go and play that game. I'm not saying that, but if you're trying to find something serious you want to be with, then this is when you have to find a female that you're gonna have to deal with. You want her doing what you're doing, and you can't get that going to a club, going to a bar. That's why a lot of these niggas have issues getting women, and they say, oh, it's the dating scene. It's not the dating scene. You're just going about it the wrong way. It's like it's like what you say. Let's just say you go to 3 nasty restaurants back to back. Would you say food is nasty? Or would you just say, maybe I'm going to the wrong restaurant? Because if food was nasty, your ass would starve to death. So it's like the dating scene is not like it's bad. It's just you're doing it wrong. You're attacking it in the wrong way. A lot of people don't understand that. That's why I don't even know why any man or woman will go to like a club to get anybody. If you're just trying to fuck and that's it, then that's a different story. And even at that point, nigga, like, I don't know. But yeah, we just live in a really fucking fake society. And the thing is, it's hard to find. It's not, I want to say it's hard, but it can get kind of tricky and hard at times to find people doing what you're doing, because a lot of people don't want to do shit. A lot of people don't even know they're supposed to do shit. A lot of people just live a regular ass life, go to work, come home, and they complain, but they don't understand they're supposed to be doing. Like, a lot of people think they're doing it right while they're not doing shit. A lot of people go to work, come home, scroll on their Instagram, and they complain and they whine why they're not ahead in life. Like, they'll complain why things are expensive, why this is that, why my life is so hard. And it's like, the reason why your fucking life is hard because you're not doing nothing out of the ordinary. and then they want to be like everyone. It's like it's a fucking mess. That's why I just say like you just gotta, because we're in the time right now where you can't bullshit you can't bullshit no more, man. And when I say we're on a time, it's like we're in a transition. Like next year, like remember, because you guys got to understand, like every 7 years is like a shift. So there is a shift. There's different types of shift. There's like the real spiritual shift, and then you have the matrix shift, the little bullshit matrix, or the little bullshit ass shift. That's how I see it. The real shift, it ends. It started in 2016 and it's ending now. It's the real shift. Then you have the little bullshit matrix. They do it every 7 years. So they did one in 2012, and then you see how back in 2019 they had the pandemic. That's when it started. You see, so 2012 was like a shift that they had, and they switched up. That's when like the whole social media, the internet, and they had like the little system shift. But it was more like on a subtle change. Then 2019, they had the pandemic. So after 2019, you see 2020 was a pandemic. So now we're closing in. Next year is going to be 2026. It's going to be 7 years after the pandemic. So it's going to be another shift coming within after. So they're going to do the little fake ass shit. But then the 2016 shit, that shit's closing. I think is this year is the last year. So, oh no, that was 2 years ago or last year, 16. 2023, that was another shift that closed down. So it was a couple years ago, which another shift closed down, and then the matrix shift, that's just going to be like next year. So there's going to be another they're going to be doing a whole bunch of other shit. So this is why I said like there's like life works in I forgot where I was going with this. Fuck, life goes in shifts. So oh yeah, I know what I was saying. So when we're talking about this shift, we're in the transition of another shift. So this transition that we're going through right now is like you have to be on your shit, or like you're gonna feel so like lost and feeling like, because when I say this, I'm not saying like it's some like the things that you were doing last year, the things you're doing right now, you're not gonna feel the same way about doing it, regardless if you want to do it or not. So you're forced to feel this shit. So the shit you were doing yesterday, the shit you were doing last year, you're not gonna be able to do it. Not because somebody's gonna stop you, but because the way the energy is, you're gonna start feeling like it's not fulfilling. You're gonna feel like you don't have enough time for it, or everything. It just don't feel right no more. The way your body responds, it's just not gonna feel right, and that shit is forcing you to change. I'm sure a lot of you guys feel it right now already. Like life is supposed to be. We're on a different version of life right now, and if you're not up to the game, then it's bad for you. So that's why I'm saying like. And if you don't know who you need to be connecting with, sometimes you guys don't even need to connect. Sometimes you just need to be solo and do your own thing. And just by doing that, you'll connect. But like me, I've never really been the type of person that really like I have in a way. The reason I talk about this is because the spirit wants me to connect and do shit. Like I'm a type of person like I'd rather just do it alone. But one thing I'm learning is you can't do it alone. Like it's good to have other people, and that's something I was in my ego. Like I always want to do shit by myself, and I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wants to join. I'm gonna drop the link. Oh, hold on. Yeah. There's the what the fuck? There's the link. If anybody wants to join. But that's all I really got to say about that topic, man. Just connect with people that are doing what you're doing. It's very simple. And the thing is, you want to get on your shit right now. That's the thing, because you guys see how society's going right now. Like, don't say the world's ending. I'm tired of hearing fucking people say that shit. Like, oh, the world's ending. No, the world's not ending. That's why you think you're hearing everybody and all these dumbass people say, oh, the world's ending. We're at the end times. Apocalypse. That's not saying the world's ending. That's a sign that the government is losing power. because a lot of people they don't know what everybody's in limbo. Even the government, they don't really know. They don't even know what the fuck they're doing at this point. Like that's why they have to be on social fucking media like all day, looking and stalking people's channels so they can know their next move because they don't even know what the fuck to do. Like they're at a fucking loss. Nobody knows really what's going on except for people who are really in tune. That's why everyone's saying the system's collapsing because shit is collapsing. The world's not collapsing though. Even they showed you during the pandemic. Remember when they fucking shut everything down during the pandemic? Remember they shut everything down, and you remember they were all showing like videos of like the birds were thriving, all the places that were had like the birds were all the animals came out. There was less pollution. Places in nature that was like dying started regenerating because like they shut down all the factories and like remember that shit. So even if the system was a collapse, that's actually it's gonna lessen up a lot of stress, a lot of waste, a lot of people, a lot of energy being like took from the land. There's gonna be less of that. So even if the system was a shutdown, that's just gonna make the world more powerful, so the world can never actually fucking end. Not to say that the system actually harms the world, like it annoys it, but you ain't damaging you ain't damaging this planet. You're not damaging this land. If it got to a point where human beings are doing an ounce of damage, the human beings would begin to fuck up off this shit. Shit would be happening where human beings wouldn't even be able to be on this land. Like, like if you have a fucking, and if you have some type of like illness in your body, you're gonna take medicine to get rid of it. You're gonna fast or do whatever. So if human beings are doing anything to the planet on that severe level, like human beings are getting the fuck up off of it, or whoever's doing that is getting the fuck up off of it, or so nothing can be done to the land like that. Yeah. Damn, it's already 12:12 already. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. You see how fast time? Hold on, give me a minute, guys. Shit. Yeah. It's already 12:15 already. See, that's another thing you gotta understand. Like, don't look at timing. Don't look at like the days flying by as a bad thing because you gotta look at it like actually look at it as a good thing because since the days are flying, that means everything that you're supposed to be doing once you get on to do that is it's gotta yield faster results. So that means that at this point, because you only can work with what you got. If the days are speeding by and you're thinking you have to get so much done, it's like no, don't look at I gotta get so much done. Be like I gotta get less done, but the things I'm doing are more impactful of my life. So therefore, whatever I'm doing that's more impactful, that's less, is gonna yield more better results. That's what I'm realizing. Because you gotta work smarter this time. There's no point of doing shit that's like a lot of motherfuckers will feel like, oh, I don't have time. I got like, especially if you're working these 9 to 5s. Like, I know some people have to do that, which is fine. But like, if I was somebody, I would find a way to get out of that like ASAP, because that just eats up so much of your time. Like, I don't even work no 9 to 5, and I don't like. I be looking at it like, damn, how do people even have time to do shit? That's crazy. I'm like, how do people have time to do shit? I don't even work no 9 to 5. And it's like there's certain things I don't even have time for. Like I'm not even just 9 to 5. Like even people wasting time, like playing video games and just doing like I honestly feel like we're at a time right now where everything is like a projection of how you are. So somebody who's wasted whatever somebody spends their time on is pretty much just shows about what a lot about them. So if you're like, and because there's only so much time that you can spend in a day, like I don't even understand how you even waste time. Because if you waste time, you don't even have enough time to wait. Like you don't even have enough time to enjoy wasting time. So let's say you waste time watching like playing a game or watching a movie. You can't even really fully enjoy the game or the movie or whatever you're doing. That's a waste of time. You can't even fully enjoy it because by the time like 3 hours is into whatever you're doing, that's a waste of time. It's not even like you don't even feel like you got 3 hours out of it. So that's why I'm like, I feel like it's criminal to have to work a 9 to 5 in these times. I don't. It's ridiculous. And I'm not saying working is bad, but the work that we're well, let's just talk for the system. The work that they have you doing is completely fucking useless. It doesn't it's not necessary. Other than you say, well, I need to pay bills, obviously, because they created bills. So but it's not like they're teaching you. It's not like you're working at your job and they're teaching you how to build a house. Or after you work at your job for 5 years, you're gonna have the material and resources and land to build, and then you learn from the job, and then now you can go and create your own. Learn how to harness your own, because at the end of the day, everything is from the land. So why can't we learn how to harness our own water, build our own shit, do our own thing? Why do you have to go and work and pay money to get these things? This is fucking retarded. I don't understand. Like that shit's fucking dumb. I would never understand that whole work. And then you got dumbass. Like what gets me so upset is you got stupid fucking people like that will literally say, "Oh, well, you need to work. If you don't work, you don't eat. If you don't work, you don't eat." But then you go and complain about the price of groceries. Bitch, if you just said you don't work, you don't eat, then whoever's in charge of the work you don't eat concept and the whole jobs and how much shit costs, who are you to say how much something should cost or not? Obviously you think what they're doing is right because you're working at their job. So if they want to say a slice of bread is $10, who are you to complain? Bitch, just keep working and pay for that $10 a slice. You want to what you want to have it your way? Like, oh, I want the price to be this amount. That don't make any fucking sense. Like, who are you? You just admitted to yourself that you need to work to survive. An animal doesn't work other than they go out and hunt their food, they gather their own shit. But somehow you need to work to survive. So you think that somebody else's system is more better than what you got, what you could come up with. Because you think you need to work to eat, but then you want to complain about the price of groceries, which don't make sense because they created the prices. How do you not know? I'm not saying they need the money because fuck the system, fuck them, and I'm not saying it. But let's just speak in terms like how I'm speaking. Like, let's just say they know what they're doing because you obviously go into their jobs making money for them, thinking it's normal. If somebody said, "Oh, I want to have," if I went to a grocery store and said, "Or I want this food, I'm hungry," they'll say, "If you don't work, you don't eat. If you don't work, you don't eat." But then they raise the price by 50 cents. You complain, bitch. Go work to go eat. Just like you said. I don't get it. That shit's retarded. This is crazy. And it's like if when you look at the system is so wasteful. Like everything gets wasted if you really think about it. Like, but money. Like there'll be perfectly good food or perfectly good resources, but if nobody can buy it, the corporation will throw it away and get rid of it because nobody can buy it. But at the same time, if somebody stole that same thing, they will look at it like it's a loss. But if nobody wants to buy it, they'll just throw it away. They won't even give it away. But then they'll have a problem with somebody stealing it. Because they say, well, if somebody steals it, then we're losing money. But if nobody buys it, aren't you still losing money when you just throw it away? They won't even sell it for cheaper. It's not like, oh, we're gonna sell it at a discount. A lot of these things, some of the stuff they do, but most things they don't even sell at a discount. They'll just sell it from like a They'll just throw it away, not even sell it. They'll just throw that shit away. Like, it's fucking retarded. Like, I don't get it. That's why I'm like, because like, it's like the only thing in the system that you can't waste is money. You can waste food, you can waste resources, you can waste people's time, but you waste any money, it's a price. It's actually illegal to waste money. It is. You don't believe me? Go to your like a social security office. Because one of my homies, he has social security, and I went to the office with him. This is a couple years ago, and he was trying to put me as his I forgot what they call it. It's like a person that they put on there where they pay me the money, but I give it to him. I forgot what the fuck they call it. He was trying to put me on that because nobody would give him his money. Like, his fave wasn't fucking with his family or nothing, and the stupid ass bitch at the office who was in control of his money wasn't. He had like $3,000 in his bank account, but they wouldn't give him his money because he's like, I guess he has some type of mental illness, so they wouldn't give it to him. So we had to go to the social security guard to try to get that shit situated. And on the sign it said, call the social security office for any fraudulent use of fraudulent or abuse or waste of social security money. They said fraudulent, abuse, or waste. So if you know somebody who, this is why they have to have him, this is why they had him have a social worker control his money, because even though it was his money, if he's not spending it in a whatever right way they think, they have a right, since he has a mental illness and he's under that type of shit, they have a right to take it from him. So like it was like technically illegal or for him to abuse his social security. So, but yet, or waste his social security. But what is waste? That's all subjective. But then the system can go and waste food. If you don't, a lot of food gets thrown away because people don't have the money because they keep raising the prices. So they throw a lot of food away. They throw a lot of, like, not even just food. Like for example, we have 4th of July. They were selling a lot of 4th of July grills and shit for people to grill. A lot of that shit they throw in the garbage. Clothes, like when the winter comes, summer clothes, they throw that shit in the garbage. Like, they don't give all of it away. A lot of it they throw away. And a lot of you guys been saying, "Oh, they give it away." No, they throw some of them. They put on discount, but most of it they throw away because if they don't throw it away, the economy won't work. It's like if a cat keeps coming, if you feed a cat food, it's gonna keep coming to your door. It's not gonna go and get its own food. That's what they tell you in the wild. Don't feed the animals because they're gonna not get their own food. So it's like a kind of a method like that where they don't want people getting their own. They don't want people getting free shit. They want you to have an incentive to work. So if you really look at it, this is what they do is food that doesn't get sold, they have to throw it away, because if they gave it away for free, then why would you go out and work to go pay for it? They won't make any money. So they have to do it. So they're okay with wasting resources just because you didn't go out and work to get money. That's how fucking stupid this shit is. But if you go and get money and waste it, that's a problem. Like, even when you look at a corporation, they don't waste money. Anytime they don't, they'll waste food, but they won't waste money. It's so backwards. Anytime a corporation feel like they're wasting money, this is where they have to get layoffs, and this is where they have to like cut the quality of products and all that shit. Is because they don't want to waste money, but yet all the if they're making $1 billion profit yearly, you're still wasting products. Like, a company that's making $1 billion a year in profit, they're still wasting products. It's just the products that they're wasting, it doesn't matter because they have the money to buy more products. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't. It's like it's fucking backwards. The system's backwards. That's why when I see shit like people getting in trouble for theft and shit, I'm like, a lot of the shit people steal, it really doesn't even affect the company like that. Like, a lot of you guys think it does. It really doesn't. The only way like shit like that would affect the company is if everybody was doing it. Let's just say let's just say at least like 80% of people were like stealing from a store. Then I could see it affecting it because nobody will be working and everybody will be just taking. But if you look at the statistics on how much stores lose, like Walmart, they only lose like 1 to 2% of sales. So like if Walmart makes a $800 billion 1 year, the amount of theft, the amount of money they lose from theft and scamming and shit is like 1 to 2% of that. So 1 to 2% of like fucking like 800 billion or whatever. The number I just said. That's how much they lose. Like that's the average corporate. I'm not talking about mom and pop shop. That's a different story. These corporations, because these corporations, they don't make all their money from sales. A lot of their money comes from taxpayers. It comes from bailouts and government like loans and shit. Like these companies get like like a $2 billion loan from like the bank. Like a lot of these companies, they don't. The reason a lot of these companies don't fail is because they get all these loans and they get all these this taxpayer money and all this other shit and to keep their company up. And so their money is different. So I'm not talking about mom and pop shop, but these fucking corporations, like they, like they're it's a whole nother ball game. These motherfuckers, like they're just it's straight up fucking like cruel and fucked up what they do. So they don't lose money. They don't lose money like you guys think they do. Like if you seen this, why you think they don't show you how like these it's funny how they'll show you like celebrities, like how 50 Cent lives and how Mayweather lives, but they'll never show you like the person who owns like Walmart or Target, or they don't show you how they live because they don't want you to. They don't show you what the president be doing with the government politics. They don't show you how politicians live, because if you seen how they live, people be like, are you fucking serious? Like they're living off the taxpayer money, because that's all a politician and a government official and a CEO at these big corporations. That's all they get their money from. They get their money from like taxpayer programs. Like they get not all their money is from the corporation. Even the money they get from the corporation, it's funded by loans from the bank. So the reason Walmart can open up 20 fucking super centers is because they get money from the bank, which that money comes from the land and taxpayers. It ain't even real. It's all fucked up. And then they create monopolies so you have to go to that store. So now like everybody who wants the cheap, that's why Walmart and Amazon's the cheapest fucking place. So now you have to go there. Anybody who's poor and living in the hood who has money that needs to buy food, which is, I don't know, everybody, they're going to go to Amazon or Walmart to get their shit. They're not going to go anywhere else because it's cheaper. Like why the fuck would you go anywhere else if Walmart's the cheapest place? You're not going to go, oh, I want to support this person. The fuck? That don't make no damn sense, because you're really not supporting. You're supporting the system, if not even more. Unless the person who's selling some shit is selling it and they're taking money that's not the fiat currency. Like it's some other type of money and we create our own money. But if you got your money in fiat currency and you're working for the bank, you're supporting the bank. You're not supporting that person, that company. Unless they taking that money and putting it back in the community, which no, they doing it to supply to help them pay the rent and supply themselves. So fucking retarded. That's why I said don't let anybody make you feel guilty about like they'll have people out here trying to make you feel guilty. Oh, you need to be a member of society and contribute to society. Ain't nobody contributing to society. Anybody that works for anybody who so calls contributes to society is actually creating stagnation on the evolutionary growth of humanity. So you're actually stagnating humanity because everything is reversed, everything's backwards. So you actually going and working for the system, and I'm not saying you shouldn't go and do that, because do what you have to do. Like just like you guys go work for the system, and I won't tell you guys what to do. I'll go up in the store and I'll steal me some shit, or I'll do a scam, or I'll go out and do whatever the fuck I gotta do, legal or illegal, sell some drugs. And who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? So just like you better not tell me what the fuck to do, I'm not gonna tell you how to make your money. So, but at the same time, anybody who's working for the system is pretty much it's creating stagnation. You're not doing anything that's important but making a family rich. The reason, like, don't think they have these programs, like they'll have these people say, oh, you're a bum, you're not working. And you're thinking like, well, I have to work so I can be successful. But your stupid ass don't understand. Like there's fucking millions of people out there that are working that are broker than you, and you probably aren't working. Like there's people out here who don't even hold a 9 to 5, and they have more money and they're living more free with the roof over their head and food compared to a lot of people working these jobs not making shit, making like $5 an hour, or the lowest minimum wage is $7 an hour. So there's somebody in the United States getting paid $7 an hour. I'm pretty sure. Making 12, 13, 14 an hour, even 20 an hour, that ain't shit. And they're making all this wages, and then like they're still suffering. And then they want to say, oh, you should feel bad because you're not working. And it's like, the only reason they say that is not to make, it's because they want you to feel bad, because the less people that work, the less, because every time you work, they tax you. And that taxes goes to a family. Depending on what state, city you live in, it goes to that family. So there's like, this is why you go, like, you see these rich ass white people who got like yachts and boats, and you're like, where the fuck they get all this money from? And you'd be like, oh, his dad owns this, his dad, not his dad, I don't mean shit. He probably gets some of his money from that, but a lot of the majority of the money, it comes from taxpayer money, because that taxpayer money, every time you get a police ticket, every time you have to pay a tax, even sales tax, 50 cents on your fucking soda, that goes to a bank account, and these people make trillions of dollars, so that money stays somewhere. So money is not a problem. They burn money, they smoke that, it's nothing to them. So when you're not working, when you're not paying taxes, that money, it dries up. And if it goes below a certain barometer, then that's where they have to increase taxes. This is where they have to make new laws and new taxes. This is why you see the price of groceries go up. And because the money that they're getting is not where they want it. So they have to increase taxes and shit. They have a way of knowing, like, because they're like, oh, 10 years ago, we were making $50 trillion every week. Now we're only making 30 trillion. We got to raise taxes to get that back up to 50 trillion. Hopefully we get it to 100. But you see, that's exactly what they do. Because like they're probably making like $30 trillion a week, and they were probably making 50 or 100 trillion. And then they need that shit to be like 100 trillion or some shit. Like that's how it is. The government's fucking greedy and retarded. And then this is why they have to get you to think that you're a bum if you're not working. And I'm not saying like you shouldn't have nothing going on in your life, but don't let, like, look at it like this. If there's a person in your life that tells you that you need to work, and they're not a millionaire, they're not successful, and they're miserable themselves, who the fuck are they to tell you you need to work? Like, you work at McDonald's. Like, I remember I was arguing with some bitch at the fucking 7-Eleven when I was still staying in California. And then the bitch, I was like, bitch, that's where your stink pussy ass works at 7-Eleven. She's like, at least I have a job when I'm working. I'm like, bitch, I got more money than you, bitch. And I'm arguing. And when she told me, like, at least I have a job working, I was laughing. I'm like, bitch, you miserable. I got more money than you, and I don't even have to do the shit you're doing. But yet, if somebody who was like homeless and didn't have money, if they heard that from her, they'll feel some type of way. But then when you really look at it, it's like, her life is miserable. She don't even have a 6-figure bank account, which I'm not saying money's important, but obviously it's important to her for her to bring up you don't have a job working. So if that's the case, then obviously in that conversation, money's important. So bitch, why don't you have 6 figures in your bank account? Why don't you have a business that's generating 6 figures or more in annual sales? And you can't tell me that it's not important because you just said you work in a job, whatever. A person who created that job had to have a business making over 6 figures annually to be able to pay you your payroll check, you stupid bitch. So don't even talk about, oh, business, I don't need to do business. Whereas the place you're working at is a business and they're paying you through payroll, dumb bitch. But that's what I'm saying. Like, people are retarded. So they'll tell you, oh, you need to go out and work a job and do something, which, okay, but at least if you're going to tell somebody they need to work, at least be an entrepreneur, at least be somebody who's like probably making like a lot of money, and you're very like in a position where it's some type of matrix success. I don't want to say success, but at least be in that position, because at least even then you'll still sound stupid, but at least you won't look stupid as much, because you're gonna say, well, look at my life, it's like this, and it could get you this. But if you're miserable, if you're barely making ends meet, who are you to tell somebody to go work? Why? So they can be miserable like you? Like misery sure fucking loves company. They're not lying about that shit. Like they should go and be miserable like you. That's stupid as fuck. It's just stupid ass. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. It's always a miserable motherfucker who will tell you what you need. A person who's happy with themselves and successful will come at you and teaching how to. They'll at least teach you how to become that. Like you ever notice that? There'll always be a miserable, sad motherfucker. A nigga that complains about not getting no bitches will tell you that you need to get a female. A nigga that complains about not having money and a nigga who has no money will call you broke and say that you need to make money and you ain't make. It's like it's never a person who's like successful doing it good most of the time that will say shit like that. That's how you can tell like people are just a self-projection of themselves. Like they talking to themselves when they open their fucking mouths. Like, no, bitch, you need that job. You need that situation. That's what you need. That's why you're there. Because you feel you need it and you're there. Otherwise, you wouldn't be there. But don't sit there and try to project what the fuck is what you're doing onto me. Like, I don't give a fuck what you're doing, bitch. Because I'm at a point right now. I was like, it annoys me because society is just so stagnated and it's getting worse every year. But then you'll have some stupid dumbass bitch open a fucking mouth and say what you need to be doing. But it's like, bitch, whatever you're telling me I need to be doing is not working. Look at society. It's not working. It's failing. You saying this person needs to go get a job for what? The only reason you're saying that, the only reason anybody will tell you to go out and work is the programming that was implemented on them by the system to make a family richer. First of all, who the fuck are you to tell somebody they need to go out and work? A person should come up with that conclusion. If they feel like they need fucking money, then they should go out and get money. I know homeless people. I've seen homeless people. They don't fucking operate with money. They just fucking live their life. And they say they would rather be poor and not have shit and just get EBT and make that stretch than go out and work a shitty ass job. And they wake up in the morning and they get their coffee, they smile and they joking, and it's like businesses. I'm not saying everybody's like that, but that person, obviously, you can't tell them to go work because they don't want to. They'll probably be more miserable if they did. You, on the other hand, you need that. You need these little knickknacks. You need to go to Dollar Tree every day and buy this cheap ass shit. You need your fucking Netflix subscription. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you feel you need it, then go and do what you got to do. The fuck? Ain't nobody going to stop you. So go and do it, but don't sit there and project on what somebody else needs to do because you think you're helping them. You think you're trying to tell them to become an adult, which that's not the case. Last time I checked, being an adult is not fucking living paycheck to paycheck, hoping for some fucking corporation, another grown ass man in the politics, making your life better. When the fuck did looking up to a politician on if they're gonna make your life better? Looking up to your boss, is he gonna give you a raise and supply and support your kids and your wife for you? When the fuck is that an adult? That's not no manly shit. That's some little kid shit. You need your boss. You need a politician. You need a grown ass fucking man with nuts to tell you how your life is gonna be based upon if he's gonna give you a raise or if he's gonna pass this law to lower taxes. Get the fuck out of here. That's not no adult. That's some fucking childish shit. But you see how deep the programming gets. It gets that fucking deep. That's fucking retarded. Like that shit never made sense to me. So anytime somebody tells you that you need to go out and work, it only can come from a perspective of their program by the government to have to tell you that so they can make more money for the family within that region. So if you're living in like Texas or you're living in like New York or Maine, there's a certain family that owns that area. So all the taxes in the land, and the money, it goes to that family. A portion of it goes to that family. So that's the only reason. You're just trying to make that family rich. And if you're not working, then they're not able to make as much money from you or money from you because you're not getting taxed. So they're gonna make you feel like you're not shit. They're gonna raise the prices to make you feel like you need to go out and work. So you can build their system, and they can tax you and steal from you because they're stealing from you twice. They're stealing you from labor, because anytime you're building something or contributing something, that's labor. So they're stealing your labor. So if you go into McDonald's and you're flipping hamburgers, somebody needs to flip those hamburgers for McDonald's to be where it is. It's not just doing it itself. So that's labor. And then when they pay you, they tax you the money they pay you. They don't even, they steal from you. They steal from you twice. First of all, you shouldn't even have to pay taxes. And even if you did pay taxes, you should be able to, you should at least be able to pay the taxes at the end of the year. But you have to have a 1099 to have your own business to do that. But if you're working somewhere, they can just take the money from you. So they're stealing from you twice. And then they give you money back as a tax refund. That's because, oh, we taxed you too much. So they're already telling you, we stole too much money from you. You stole all their money because there should be no tax. But the fact that they even give you a tax refund is telling you that they took too much money from you. The fuck? And then some people have to pay money. So they'll get money taken from them and they still have to pay money. Like they'll get fucking $30,000 taken from them. But at the end of the year, they owe like $40,000 or $20,000. So they got money taken from them in tax. Because when you have to pay the IRS, it doesn't mean they didn't take money from you. You got to pay them more than they took. And sometimes they'll give you money back. It's all a fucking game. It's all it is a game. It's not real. Like it has nothing to do with nothing. Like you guys think of it because you watch a lot of these financial gurus and these politicians and these dumb fucks, dipshits, fucking retards out here just talking they fucking noise. All that noise and blabbering about just shit. Like, oh, the taxes and the interest rate is at 3%. Like, shut the fuck up, nigga. The debt ceiling, the $3.3 trillion we're gonna save in for the debt ceiling because we're passing this bill. Like, shut the fuck up, nigga. Yo, stupid ass. That ain't shit on me shit. It's like a scammer. If a scammer comes to you and tells you, oh man, I'm a Nigerian prince. And my dad, he's a king ruler of Zamunda, and you gotta send me 50K so I can get my. It's all bullshit, but at the end of the day, it's a scam. At the end of the day, what's said and done is he's scamming you out of 50,000. Whatever he says, he's a ruler of the Zamunda, and his dad's a prince, and he's a Nigerian prince, and you need to send him the money. That's all just shit to make you believe to give it. So all that other shit is just filler. It's all like, it's all bullshit. It means nothing. Once people stop believing in it, it's like, because even when you look at the whole debt shit, like I was like, oh, America owes debt. And they say, oh, America. I was like, what the fuck? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Because, like, who's in control of debt? And then even when you like, who's in control of debt, you say the elite. Why can't they just call off the debt? Like, why do they need all that debt? Like, and when you really look at it, it stems from, like, if somebody owes you $100, you need that $100 because you in this system. You have to pay rent. You have to pay bills. You need that shit, right? You need the money. Because you have to pay rent, you got to pay food, all this dumbass shit. But the government, they said they're calling in debt. What the fuck do they need that shit for? Last time I checked, nigga, like, they don't need money. They have the resource. They use money to control people. So if they're calling in the debt, the person who makes the money doesn't need it. The person who's at the top, not even at the top, because these niggas ain't at the top. The person who's in control of this money system, if they want a Lamborghini, if they want a mansion on the hills, they don't go and spend money to go get it. They go and they make a phone call to certain people, say, I want this house built on this area. Build me a Lamborghini 2027, even though it's not released yet. Build it for me. I need a phone that's not connected to the mobile networks, is connected to ours, so nobody can trace our call. Like, you see what I'm saying? They're gonna have their shit pre-made for them in a phone call. They don't need to go out in AT&T and buy a phone. They probably have a different type of cell phone where it doesn't even connect to no cell phone tower or whatever. It's like some other shit. Or they have their own Wi-Fi internet where it don't connect. So when they troll people, it don't. You see what I'm saying? They're not gonna go use the same shit. So what the fuck is all this debt for? It doesn't make sense. It's when you look at it, it's all about control. All of this shit is all about control. It's fucking stupid. And then people believe it, and then they entertain this shit. Like, nah, nigga, like we're not doing that shit no more. And the same dumbass people that entertain and complain about, oh, why are prices going up high? Bitch, it's a fucking game, you stupid motherfucker. They can raise the price. Since you want to play the game, they can raise the prices however they want to raise it. How you gonna sit there and say prices need to be like it was in the 80s, in the 90s? It didn't even need to be like that then, you dumb motherfucker. Like, this country has never been great. America was never great. This country's always been a shithole. The thing is over time, it's been exposed. It's like somebody who's been doing something devilish and demonic, and 10 years later he gets exposed for it. It's not like when the day he got exposed was his first day doing it. He was doing it for 10 years, but he got exposed. So America's always been a shithole. It's always been fucked up. It just is being exposed now. It's never been good. Because even when people act like the 90s and the 80s didn't have homeless people, didn't have people struggling, didn't have eviction, didn't have issues, the fuck out of here. Like, this shit's always been a fucking shithole. Like, people weren't getting arrested unjustly and getting kidnapped, calling it detaining and calling it arrest. That's a kidnapping right there. Everybody's being kidnapped. If you're not killing or raping nobody or seriously assaulting somebody, like chopping off their hand, finger, or seriously beating the shit out of somebody, if you're not doing anything like that, it's not a crime. It's not even a problem. Because they even said, like, they caught this one influencer dude. I guess he did a $10 million fraud. And they said it was a $10 million fraud, whatever the fuck that is. And like, you have all those people in his comments saying, oh, he's a fraud and he needs to go to jail. I'm like, nigga, shut the fuck up. You niggas are sticking up for this stupid ass slave master. Like, first of all, it's okay. Because then there's this one person said, well, that $10 million, because I left a comment, and then she was like, well, you're going to have to pay for that $10 million fraud because you're a taxpayer like me and it's coming out of her money. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, that's not how it works, bitch. But I was like playing her game, and I was like, okay, if that's even the case, I don't care. I'd rather my tax dollars go to somebody in a position like me than to any pedophile scum government. Like, at least it's going to somebody who needs it. Even if you want to say that. So even if you want to say, oh, EBT is taxpayer, and which is all bullshit. None of that's taxpayer. Like, EBT, welfare, if that shit didn't exist, this system wouldn't exist. Like, that, why you fucking think this shit existed for fucking these last 30, 40, 50, almost 100, probably 100 years? The reason EBT, welfare, and all that shit existed is because it's needed for the system to even be where it is today. It's not like, oh, it's a privilege or some shit. And even when they get rid of it, it's gonna be, because they're at a point where their system doesn't need it no more. Like, you wearing a cast on your leg. Are you gonna wear the cast the rest of your life? No. Eventually, you gotta cut it off. You don't need it no more because you can walk without it. So welfare, EBT was here because they wanted it here. It wasn't here just, the people are so dumb. They think, oh, it's my tax dollars and my tax dollars. Bitch, your tax dollars is going to somebody's yacht club membership, you fucking retard. It's not going to anything you think it's going to. It's going to send somebody's kids to school. It's going to somebody so they can sit their ass at home and not do shit and tell you what to do and make you feel like you're a bum for doing what they do. And the reason they don't look like a bum because they can look good doing it because they got your tax money, you stupid bitch. So they can dress up in fucking Armitage Dozenia shit. Some fucking designer, Gucci, Vuitton, all that bullshit. They can wear that shit with some fucking Ray-Bans and be like, look all like they're doing something. Fuck out of here, you fucking bitch. I hate stupid ass people. Same dumbass people who justify debt exist. And then they're getting their ass fucking whooped on a daily basis. That is like they can't put two and two together. You getting your ass whooped on a daily basis. And then you're justifying. And then they're the same motherfuckers say, if you don't work, you don't eat. Fucking retard. And what annoys me is like the narcissism. Like they think like, well, I'm a taxpayer. My tax money is going. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up. Your tax pay ain't going to shit. First of all, you wouldn't even have a little shitty ass job if somebody didn't create it. Like, first of all, the reason you're even working is because somebody created that job to keep your ass busy. And that's why they're about to replace a lot of these motherfuckers with AI because they don't need them. Like they said, like I seen this this article. They said they laid off 9,000 people from Microsoft, and you see all these people like, oh fuck Microsoft. Like, first of all, Microsoft is a shithole company. Bill Gates, he's a sick person. We already know. I don't have to go into him. Microsoft's always been I don't even think he owns Bill Gates. He owns Microsoft no more. But when Bill Gates owned Microsoft, and over these last years, Microsoft has never done shit for the community, has not helped any community, hasn't gave you shit, hasn't done shit for you. Somehow, no one said anything. The only thing people care about is their stupid ass products that they release that are fucking garbage, that need to be replaced every 4 to 5 years because it's outdated. That's the only thing people celebrate. But the moment they actually do something like lay off 9,000 people, now everyone's like, oh, fuck Microsoft. Fuck Microsoft. I don't support Microsoft. Like, bitch, you shouldn't have supported them 10 years ago when they were making the most money that they've ever made back in the 90s when they released Windows 95. You should have said fuck Microsoft then. Like, who cares if they laid off 9,000 people? Like, good. I'm glad they laid. That's probably the best. That's probably the best thing that Microsoft's probably done is lay off 9,000 people. Like, literally. Like, that's literally the best thing they've done. There's nothing that Microsoft has ever done for any community, for any people. Like, it's a scumbag corporation, and they've never done shit for me. Microsoft has done shit for me. The best thing I've actually seen them do was lay off 9,000 people. Like, that was the best thing I've seen them do, because good. Like, and then people say, oh, all those people, they laid them off. But then people aren't questioning, like, if your job was so important and because think about it, if somebody told you they worked at Microsoft, the system looks at that as like a good job. Oh, you work at Microsoft? You're important. Like, but why are all these jobs that are so important people getting laid off? You don't see nobody laid off from Starbucks or McDonald's or GameStop or the little shit jobs, because those are more, even though they pay a little, they're more needed than a job at Microsoft. Microsoft, it's a useless job. Just no point. They can literally have a fucking computer, AI machine, run that whole fucking company. But then it will fuck up. They don't want to do it right now, probably because it'll fuck up their system. They need that illusion of, and they need to keep people busy. And a lot of those people, and it's kind of funny because, like, why would they lay off so many people? Because the only people who can buy houses and get credit and spend money on expensive purchases are people with these jobs making 6 figures, like Microsoft, Google. So why the fuck would you lay off so many of these people? Because that's just gonna hurt the economy more, you would think. Because now that's 9,000 people that are gonna default on their credit. They're not gonna be able to get a loan, because a person who works at McDonald's, they can't get a loan for shit. So only people who get that are the people they're laying off, like these big corporation jobs. So it's like, it's kind of funny how they're doing it, and then people will sit there and say that what they're doing is wrong. Like, the BSC, I don't give a fuck, nigga. First of all those people that were working in those jobs didn't do a damn thing for anybody. They didn't help anyone. They looked down upon people. Oh, you don't work. You work. They probably went to McDonald's and looked down upon those people. Oh, you work a shitty job. You ain't working like me. Oh, you're lazy. You know, like, fuck you, nigga. Like, I'm glad your ass got laid the fuck off. That's what I said. When you see these people get laid off, especially at these big corporations, you should be like, nigga, good. Karma's a bitch. No, go on unemployment and go be like the people that you look down upon for being on unemployment and living off the government. Go be like that, bitch. Because that's what you're going to have to go do, be in that unemployment line and live like the people you talk shit about. Now you back in that same situation. I don't feel sorry for you, bitch. You can kiss my ass. And you lucky you're getting unemployment. Maybe you could sit your ass down and fucking meditate and fucking do some inner searching and get your ass in a better position. Stupid motherfucker. You lucky you got that. If anything, that's a better situation than having to wake up going to that soul-sucking, shitty-ass corporation job. I don't give a fuck how much money they pay me. All money's not good money, nigga. They trying to make it look like they're trying to make you feel like, and the thing, they keep putting that shit on the news like I'm supposed to feel some type of way. We're supposed to feel some type of way. But we're not, because I'm not part of you bullshit ass niggas. But like the bots are supposed to feel some type of way. Oh, feel this type of way. Like, stop shoving that shit down my goddamn face. What is this, a McDonald's commercial? Like, I don't need to be seeing that shit every fucking time. It's like these articles And these current events, they're like advertisement. It's not even like a store. Like they're like advertising. That's all. That's all it is. It's like it's no different. It's like a marketing campaign. Like they're trying to get you to pay attention to this. It's like, God damn. Like I don't give a fuck about 9,000 people getting laid the fuck off. Like what the fuck does that matter to me? And then you have people say, "Oh, it's fucked up that they're doing that." All the money, like, because I guess like what happened was they laid off 9,000 people at Microsoft, right? And then there was a bunch of projects that they had going, like video games that they're going to be making and other things that they have to shut down certain games and certain things aren't going to be released. And then you got this dumbass dude talking about how like, why don't they just use the money that they're saving from laying off 9,000 people to keep the company to keep those games still coming so they can be released when they were supposed to be released. And then in the next section, the same motherfuckers talking about how like, oh, they're gonna probably replace everyone with AI. But it's like, bitch, doesn't it take more than just money to make games? It takes actual people, which they laid off. So maybe that's the reason that they're laying off. Like that, I think people are talking. People will complain like, oh, they're gonna replace everybody with AI. But then they say, why don't they take the money that they have from, because they're gonna save millions of dollars from probably billions, a lot of money, because those 9,000 people, they're not gonna be having to pay them anymore. So that's money that's gonna be saved from having to pay these people through payroll and everything. And then the person's like, why don't they take the money that they're going to be saving from not paying 9,000 people to still make these games? And in my mind, I'm like, bitch, did you just see they laid off 9,000 people? Like, this is how you see people are so dumb. Like, it takes people to do shit. Like, people think money just works on its own. And then even when you say, oh, AI, everyone was all talking, it's like, oh, they're going to replace them with AI. Like, it's a bad thing. But then, like, you see how dumb motherfuckers are? You hit it on, okay, AI is going to do it. And, like, to be honest, when it comes to video games and technology, AI should be the only thing that should even exist when it comes to AI is video games and stupid shit that's not important. Other shit, we don't need AI for. That's just dumb. Like, obviously, you got dumbass people using AI to make fake videos and all this other shit. But if you're going to make a fake video, make a fake ass, make a movie, make a video game, make music, and keep it at that. As far as that, keep it at that. AI shouldn't be used for nothing else, because who gives a shit about music? And I'm not saying music and all these things are bad, but even if you want to say music, you should be able to know if an AI is made from a music or if it's the real person. If I'm listening to somebody who's a real person I know personally, I'm gonna know if their music is AI or not. But I would rather have an AI version of 50 Cent than the actual 50 Cent. Shoot that nigga in the head, get rid of him, fuck him. He's not important. Replace every celebrity with AI. That's not a problem. Replace every Hollywood movie and make it AI. That's not a problem. Replace every video game, make it a problem. Make it AI. That's not a problem. You know why? Because video games, movies, and music by these celebrities and like Cardi B and Sexy Red Off, that's not important. That's fucking useless. It's meaningless. So who cares if AI replaces that? As for real people, real shit, leave that out of it. Stop copying people with AI on the TV and on the making fake videos. That shit's retarded. That shit is weird. Like, get rid of all that shit. That's how I see it. It's fucking dumb. But obviously, most people are going to have their own opinion about it. So I don't really give a fuck. I'm going to drop the link again. If anybody wants to join. We already have the link up there, but this shit is crazy, man. Like, to be honest, like, America is gonna fall. Like, this country is gonna fall. Yeah, and I guess that's the thing that kind of is concerning, is there's so many ignorant people, because bad, like, you can't be a very toxic bad person and expect to have a good life. That's just common sense. If you're out here doing negative bad things and hurting people, you're gonna get the same like energy back to you one way or another eventually. So look at it on a collective level. The average person in America, in the world, but I'm just speaking from America because I'm from America. The average person is ignorant as fuck. The average person still believes in the lies by the government, whether that be religion, whether that be the government, politicians, the way the system is ran, even the history of this country. A lot of people ignore the history of this land, which is very disrespectful to people that were on this land. And somehow people think that they're going to have some type of prosperity and abundance on this land. You're out of your fucking mind. This country is going downhill. And the people are, I feel, are going to suffer before the government. The government's going to suffer, but they're going to suffer last because of the position they're in. A lot of people are going to end up suffering first because of what's going to happen. Whereas the government, they're going to still get their shit, but when they get their shit, it's going to be worse, and they're not going to be able to like come out of it. Like the people will be able to at least come out of it, but that's what's happening right now because we're at a time where a lot of people aren't waking up like they should. So we're just going to have to like ride this shit till the wheels fall off. So what's going to have to happen and what's going to happen unless something changes overnight or real soon is we're just going to have to live out these last probably 100 200 years and until the government fully they die off. And then because once they die off, they're not going to come back here. And even this planet is, but by the time the 2100s get here, like in the next 100 to 150 years, this planet is not even like, there's not going to even be no resources on this planet. And don't look at it like, oh, we're all gonna die. No, because we're not even gonna be human. Like eventually we're gonna be coming as a different form. Like humanity is not even gonna be humanity like it is in the next cycle. So a lot of things like trees aren't gonna be here within the next 200 years. There's not gonna be no trees on this planet. You don't have to believe me. Like I don't really give a fuck. Like this is what I know, and you don't have to believe me. But trees aren't going to be here. A lot of resources of the land that takes to make certain shit like plastic and certain food and crops aren't going to be here. And it's going to be because human beings are going to be evolved past that because we're always growing and evolving. So stuff like that is what is going to be a main catalyst in getting the government the fuck up out of here because they can't evolve because they're stuck. So they can't come back, and even if they were to come back, they wouldn't even be able to take because a politician and a government, their genetics are so shitty. Like if you go to these politicians and these government people, they're not the same people as like me and you. Even the average white person you watching my page, the government, they're like a different type of white person. It's not particularly like you. Their bloodline is very toxic and very fucked up. They don't have shit but material and money. So they won't even be able to even incarnate into this land no more. They couldn't because like the skin or the sun already fucks them up. And it's a lot of other shit. This is what I want to get rid of the sun. And over here it's always cloudy. They can't even breathe the air right. The air fucks them up. Even like not even just the air and the weather, even like situations play out behind closed doors where things just happen to them. Like they could just be living their life and they have like mental illness for some reason. That's why a lot of these niggas like to fuck children and they're very violent and they like because they're going through it mentally. They're going through it because the energy is making them have extreme headaches, extreme anger. Like the every time when you get angry is a certain chemical reaction or a certain thing that goes on and make you angry. Sometimes these government they just get angry and have an intense rage for no reason. They want to bomb and kill everybody. That's because they're mentally ill. The spirit is making them go into crash out mode so they can do more fucked up shit, which is gonna be bad. But in the same way, the more fucked up shit they do is gonna solidify them even more from not being able to come back here. So this is the situation the spirit is putting a lot of these government people. They're putting them in crash out mode and they don't know it. This is why they have to do all these fake ass wars. They got to go and kill all these people, and you're like, why are they so brutal? And they're so because the spirit is driving them crazy. And then because think about it, only a crazy person is gonna do crazy shit. Anybody that's talking about war, that wants to kill people, that wants to do genocide and kill babies through Planned Parenthood, you have to be fucking crazy. You got to be mentally like not going through it, and the spirit will make them get into that mindset and make them do fucked up shit. And they're thinking like, oh, we're doing this to get back, but they're just solidifying because what's worse, an evil person who knows how to be evil, but at the same time knows how to be evil just enough so they could come back, or somebody who doesn't know anything and is just being evil because they want to, but then they think that, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, if you know how to rob a bank, which is worse, somebody who knows how to rob a bank and robs a bank, or somebody who doesn't know how to rob a bank and robs a bank? The person who knows how to rob a bank and robs a bank, you won't be able to catch him. The person who doesn't know how to rob a bank and robs a bank, he's going to leave a whole bunch of evidence and you can be able to catch him. You want a dumb person to be able to rob a bank. So when it comes to the government, you want a government to be evil as much as they can and think that they're doing something right and they can get away with it. So therefore, they're going to keep doing it. Otherwise, they wouldn't do anything bad, or they'll just do enough where they can come back. And you see what I'm saying? So it's like they're in crash out mode right now. This is why they have to keep copying. They have all these fake ass AI pages trying to like deceive people. It's just crazy. They try to like copy the way like people talk. That's why they watch all these videos, because they want to copy the way people talk, way people act, so they can kind of like make you believe it's them, because they're very ugly, they're very nasty, they got a fucked up energy, so they have to use AI. I seen this one I was looking up astrology videos this morning, and I typed in Uranus and Gemini just to see, because I guess Uranus went into Gemini. I was like, let me just see. Literally every single fucking video that I clicked on in the algorithm, I clicked about 4 or 5. The first thing these motherfuckers said in every video, or at least within the first 20 minutes of the video, everybody was just talking about how the Civil War happened and World War II happened, and how when Uranus is in Gemini, there might be war. And Uranus and Gemini means AI, because Uranus is technology, it's ruled by Aquarius, and Gemini is communication, and Chat GPT is technology, so it's got to be AI. Like, you see, they say the same dumb shit, not knowing that, okay, you stupid fucking dipshit, maybe the government follows astrology better than you, because you're getting your blueprint from them, so they obviously know it better than you, and they know it's coming, so they're going to be pushing out certain things at certain times. Like, people somehow forget that. I don't get it. Like, and this was every fucking video that I clicked on. I kid you not. Like, go check it out. You'll see every video on the first thing that comes up. That's why I don't even watch astrology videos no more, because you have to learn astrology yourself at this point. You have to learn it yourself. Like, you really do. Because the astrology they teach you on the internet is just going to talk about what the fuck Donald Trump's doing. This war happened in the 50s, and how it can make what it can mean now. Another war might happen, and what the government did. It's always some dumb shit about what the government did, or some fucking civil war or some shit. Like, I don't care about that. Shit is crazy. That shit is fucking. And then you notice, like, nobody ever talks about the moon trends. Like, every day they'll be like, because the moon switches every 2 days. Everybody would just talk about the full moon, the new moon, and then they'll talk about the big planets. Like, oh, Jupiter's going retrograde or some shit. Or they won't even go like that. They won't even say shit like that for the most part. They'll just say like Uranus and Gemini, or Saturn is switching over to Aries, or just fucking shit that's really, I don't want to say it's not important, but those are like things that they don't affect you right off the bat. Like, the moon transits every day, that shit affects you. You don't even see people speaking about that. Like, oh, the moon is going into this sign. They'll just talk about the moon when it's a full new moon. They don't talk about when the moon goes through every sign every 2 days. They don't speak on that. And it's like, it's crazy, man. That's why I don't even watch it. I just like, let me just check out some astrology videos. And most of the astrology videos, they're like a lot of AI people. Like, there's this one bitch. I don't even want to say her name on here, but I'll probably leave a post. This one bitch just talking about dumbass shit. Like you could tell it's a fake page, because a lot of these fake pages, they'll have an Instagram, right? And you go on the page, the real page on YouTube, and it doesn't look right. Like, it just, something seems off. Like, I don't know. I can just tell. I'm very good at reading, so I can tell a fake AI page because a human being, a person that's a real human being, when they're on YouTube, they have an aura and a vibe. Whereas once they shut down this camera, they actually have a life. Even if it's a bum ass nigga who doesn't do nothing but sit at home and just scratch his ass all day, he still has a life. His life is scratching his ass, being a bum at home all day. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in terms of a life, as in, are you a human being, a real human being? A normal human being has that energy of I have a life, whether it is I have a bum ass life or I have a good life or whatever it is. An AI, they look like they don't have nothing going on but that channel. Like literally, like it doesn't even seem human. And when you go, a lot of these pages, they'll have an Instagram, and when you look on their Instagram, it doesn't even correlate with the with what they're doing. Like this bitch, she's an astrologer, and you go on her page, and she looks like fucking like like she's in the sex trafficking industry, or like she's a hooker. She's like a fucking, like, I don't know, like an escort or some shit. But then she talks about astrology. Then when you go on her page, it's like a page that like an OnlyFans model would have. Like she looked like a fucking prostitute or some shit, or like a stripper. And like her whole Instagram page is nothing about astrology, just about like pictures of her like standing like a whore. And in my mind, I'm like, why would you, if you have an astrology page and you put your Instagram on your astrology page, why in the fuck would you tell people that you have, why would you connect your Instagram page to your astrology page? Because your Instagram page is just you looking like a hooker, a prostitute, or like this, like it's like a fucking a piece of meat. Like that's what she looks like, a fucking slut. So only people that are going to be attracted to your Instagram page are going to be certain type of men who aren't even into astrology, like feeble-minded, mentally ill, sex addicted men who watch that shit all day. Like, because most of the men who watch that type of OnlyFans shit, like 90% of them, they don't get no pussy or nothing, and they have some type of mental illness and a blockage in their mind that creates extreme lust because they haven't released the blockage. So most men like that are dealing with a bunch of demons. They're not even into astrology. So why the fuck would you have that on Instagram? Which the only people, if you were a real person and you were a female, you would not have that, because you're only going to want to attract people that are into astrology, or at least people who have common sense. If you show yourself looking like a stripper and a hooker, you're only going to have a bunch of weird ass type of niggas in your DM. So a normal human female who has an astrology page isn't going to come off looking like a hooker, but at the same time talk about astrology and put her astrology, her Instagram in her astrology video on YouTube. That doesn't make any sense. So that's how you can tell it's an AI, and it's probably a man that controls that page, because a lot of these people, they're like men, and then they're like homosexual men that so they act like women and shit, and like it's weird. Or like it'd be some weird ass man who like they jack off to that type of shit, and then they like to act like a female that they want to fuck. Like a bunch of like these Masons, they're hella weird. So that just because you see an AI female doesn't just mean it's a female. It could be a man, because the way they have it is the voice and everything is like a filter. So that's how fucking crazy this shit is. And I asked one of these pages, right? I was like, "Are you AI?" This was a fucking, this wasn't the female, it was a dude, and I knew it was AI. I asked this nigga, "Are you AI?" And first of all, I went on his page to see if he was, and you could tell he was AI because a lot of these pages they talk about themselves in the third perspective. Like they'll be like it's so hard to explain it. Like you can tell a page that's AI because the way the bio, everything, how they respond in the comments, it's not like a real person. So I asked this guy, like, are you an AI or a real person? And I swear, like his response came up like it was something from Chat GPT or something. And it was a real person responding, but it wasn't genuine. I'm not saying it was an AI response, because it wasn't, but it wasn't a genuine response, because he was like, ha ha, I don't mean to laugh at you, but I can see how you may think because of the technology nowadays is getting so advanced. But to answer your question, I am not like it came off so fake. Like you could tell, like it's like when you talk to customer service isn't gonna talk to you as like your mom or your dad or your homie or somebody who's on the internet you're talking to, they're not going to text you the same way. Customer service is going to talk to you in a certain tone because they have a business. That's how these AI channels they talk. They talk like in a customer service type of way, like where they're trying to convince you something. They're trying to sell you something. They're trying to give off an image. They're not talking to you like a real person. That's how you can tell it's like an AI because they have that customer service type of fucking vibe and shit. I'm like, it's hella weird. And then you'll notice, and it's not even just with the voice and the way they look and everything. It's also like what they talk about. Because if they're an AI, they can't bullshit you. That's one thing about these Masons. They have to disclose who they are. So even if you don't believe, look at what they talk about. It's like if I'm trying to scam you out of $100, I can lie and deceive you, but one thing a scammer can never do is never not say to give me money. Whatever a scammer says to you that convinces you, whatever a scammer says, at the end of the day, the scammer has to always tell you to give him something, and you have to trust that he will give it back or he will give you what you gave him. So a scammer can tell you the best scam ever, but it's always going to expose himself because he's going to say, okay, now give me this money, give me this product. A scammer cannot scam you if he doesn't get something from you. So a scammer can tell the best lie, but one thing a scammer cannot lie about is that you need to give him something. If he says the best scam and he doesn't tell you to give him something, then he's not scamming you. So the moment he says, give me this, and you give it to him, that means you believed him or you believed him. But a scammer can never tell you, I'm going to scam you and sell you a scam, and then him not say for you to give up the money or give him this, or a scammer always has to tell you to give him something. So these AI bots, they always have to reveal themselves because they have to give a message. The reason they have the AI page is to mislead people. So they can't have the AI page and then not mislead people and then act real like me and you. They have to talk like, because I even see this one channel. It was a black nigga, and it's this nigga. He was like, it was like a fake black person, and he was like, oh, I'm for Trump and I hate like all these homeless people. I'm tired of homeless people. Like he was just talking like a coon, and you could tell it was AI. But then most people in the comment, like they tried to make it look like he was a black person, like for Trump, and he's against gang members and like some fucking like some stupid Charleston white nigger, but like 10 times worse. Well, that nigga's like the worst of the worst. But he was like a Charleston white nigger, but like just more blatant with it. And like you can tell it was AI because even though he came off looking like a ghetto hood nigga and with tattoos and shit, the shit he was saying called it off. And then I was able to peep game and go, okay, because they have to always expose themselves to AI. They can't lie because it's like a scammer telling you a good game, but then he doesn't tell you to give him money. He doesn't tell you to give him a product. He doesn't tell you to send your credentials over for your credit. Like, what was the point of you telling me this good scam and then you not tell me to give you something? You have to expose yourself when you're doing something nefarious. You can never not expose yourself if you're doing something nefarious because you wouldn't be doing something nefarious. So the AI, the reason they create the AI, the reason they do all that is so they can mislead people. So they have to expose themselves. They can't. So when you listen to the way they talk and what they talk about, like this one stupid bitch was talking about how she was on Black Magic 636, and she was saying that, oh, the spirit was talking to me and the spirit told me something about an armored truck and the armored truck, and I don't know, like she was just talking about a bunch of Matrix shit. And it was like, why are you talking about an armored Brinks bank truck and correlate? She was like, oh, what do you think of when you hear about an armored truck? You hear about stability and security. I have stability and security because I'm spiritual, and that's the symbolic of an armored truck, security and stability. Like she's trying to bring matrix shit. So they're like trying to lure you in with like this matrix bullshit of like something that's like that has nothing to do with nothing. And like and then she started mentioning about Donald Trump and how like I just cut that shit off. But you could tell the bitch was fake. And then she was on this nigga's channel just talking all this bullshit. And then you'll see like donations come in. And that's another thing. Like they'll have donations come into the air because they give money to each other. Like I remember that nigga. It wasn't the bitch. It was somebody else. RFG Chosen. He's not an AI, but I remember RFG Chosen. He was talking about some dumbass shit, like very stupid. Because that's the only reason they let people on that page is if they're talking stupid shit. So he will never let nobody real on that page because his monetization would be demonetized and his ass probably wouldn't be able to pay his rent. So for him, if he wants to keep paying his rent, knowing how stupid he is and he's not creative to make anything else in his life make money, he better keep his page retarded and dipshits on his page because they're gonna demonetize his ass and his ass won't be able to pay his rent. So when he had fucking RFG on that bitch, I remember fucking RFG. He said something about Godzilla. Stupid shit like, oh, how Godzilla is the new frequency. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? And then I see a donation in the chat, $100 donation, and the chat, you could tell it was one of the bots, like one of the fake bots, the agents, the feds that watch his channel. He wanted him to elaborate on it even more, and he's like, keep talking about. This is literally what he says. Like, keep talking about the Godzilla frequency. I have experienced that as well. And the way he said it was not like, if somebody sends a $100 donation, they're gonna be like, they're gonna come a certain way. He said it like in a demand, like I'm demanding you, like talk about the frequency. Like you could tell it was a bot. Like he sent him the money because he had to send a lot of money because they want to mislead people and they know that shit doesn't make sense. So anytime you're talking something that doesn't make sense, sometimes they'll leave a high donation and to get you to keep talking about it. So it got them talking about that shit, which made no sense, just to mislead people, because that whole channel is like to mislead people. And like he was talking about this for like the next 10, 20 minutes, and they were all like, oh, thank you for the donation. And I'm like, this shit was a fake ass donation. Like it was a fake ass name. At least if you're gonna send $100 donation, you're gonna at least have your picture. You're gonna have a real name. It was like a fucking fake ass page with no profile picture or nothing. $100 donation. And the question he wrote was like he didn't even say thank you for the channel. I watched the channel. It was just like keep talking about literally like keep talking about Godzilla. I resonate with it. That was it. $100 donation. I'm like, what the fuck? That's weird. Like who said it's at $100 just for you to talk about Godzilla frequency? Like, so it's like it's like fake ass shit. And the thing is that they're giving that nigga money. So like his name is Brother Rich. Like that nigga, like he's kind of like in some, he's kind of like he has to keep talking bullshit because the fact that he's taking money from these people and they're donating from him means if he starts waking up, they're gonna run psyops on him. So like you see how they did Young Pharaoh, they did Nature Boy. They'll do the same with Brother Rich because he's had a lot of AI on his page. They gave him a lot of money. His monetization and his views is a result of them. So if he starts using his page to like start talking other shit, watch how you're gonna start seeing like all of a sudden his baby mother is gonna divorce him or he's gonna be on child support. Watch how all this other weird shit, people start talking shit about him, making slander page. You'll see that. Just like you did Young Pharaoh. All of a sudden Young Pharaoh was up. The moment he was talking shit about Jimmy Kimmel, because Jimmy Kimmel said once Jimmy Kimmel said his name and that nigga, he's like one of the bots, their main bots for their mainstream shit. He does like talk show, late night talk show. Once that nigga said Young Pharaoh's name, I was like, that nigga Young Pharaoh, he's like they're watching him, and they're probably watching him before that. And then they invited him to like the Republican convention, and they denied him, and then he was talking hella shit. And after that, everything went down here for Young Pharaoh. So like it was the same shit. They ruined it, and like it was easy for Young Pharaoh because everybody in Young Pharaoh's life, Young Pharaoh already had a handler. His security guard was a handler. He said his security guard worked for other celebrities in Hollywood. He met his security guard in California. and his security guard was a fucking work. I forgot what celebrity was, but he worked in the industry with celebrities. So his security guard was a handler, and he met a whole bunch of people, like, because he was just fucking with anyone, because that's just how he was, which you can't just be fucking with people. So they were able to really like tear him down and take him down. Even the bitch that he was with took his kids away from him, everything. And like his bitch is hella retarded, because like she like, I don't know, it's just ridiculous. That's why you can't be trusting anybody out here, especially when you're on a level like that. He said Black Magic 360. So yeah, that nigga, he don't got no fucking information. This nigga's a retard. Like, I seen a video of him like about a week ago, right? And the only reason I watch his channel is just to check out the psyop, because they run a lot of fucking like programs on it, like on his page, like really bull. They run a lot of programs on that nigga's page. So he's like probably the best channel. Like, everybody that comes on his page is a fucking psyop, is a bullshit ass nigga. Like they don't know shit. They're retarded. Everybody. There's nobody who's going on his page at this point. Nobody. At one point, he asked to bro people. Not even. I don't even know if he really did, but his shit is on some bullshit. So, but what was I saying? Like, yeah, that nigga's channel just on some bullshit. I had another point. Forgot it. Yeah, his channel is on some bullshit. Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna say. You know how he like his like he has like people like Bobby Hemmett and Brother Panic. He had like Phil Valentine, all these people. He had these people on his page, right? He always talks about Bobby Hemmett and how Bobby Hemmett's a master teacher and all that. But then, like, in his last live stream, I remember one of his, not last, but it was one of his live streams recently. This nigga was like, I remember the great Bobby Hemmett said, I forgot what the fuck he said, because most of the shit Bobby Hemmett said was just bullshit and full of shit. I don't take anything that nigga said seriously. That nigga was a fucking cracker walking. And fuck Bobby Hemmett, because let me tell you, before I go on to what Brother Rich was saying, I wouldn't say brother, I call him nigger Rich. That nigga Bobby Hemmett, fuck Bobby Hemmett, because first of all, that nigga's disrespectful to the whole community. First of all the whole community is retarded, but he has no respect for the community that respects. And I'm going to tell you how. That nigga Bobby Hemmett, he came on teaching people this. First of all, he was teaching people bullshit, white cracker, occult knowledge from Aleister Crowley and all these 72 Goetia bullshit, which is fucking retarded. First of all, he was teaching people that, and then people actually looked up to him, respected his knowledge. They say he helped him, which was all good and everything. Then I remember when Brother Panic was alive, and I'm not going to talk about Brother Panic because he passed away. I don't like to speak on dead like that. But when Brother Panic came, I remember Brother Panic. People used to ask Brother Panic, "I want to talk to Bobby Hemmett. I want to talk to Bobby Hemmett. I'll fly him out to my hotel. We can do a video." And that nigga Brother Panic was like, "Bobby Hemmett doesn't want to talk to you niggers. You think he wants to talk to you? If he wants to talk to you, he'll make a video." And in my mind, I'm like, that's kind of disrespectful, because Bobby Hemmett helped a lot of people, and people just want to probably send him donations or whatever. Just talk to him and see. He doesn't even have to do a lecture or nothing, because maybe he doesn't want to do lecture, but just at least say what's up to the people, make a video. He didn't even do that. Every time I remember Brother Panic cussed somebody out on his live stream because he asked what's going on with Bobby Hemmett. And he's like, he wants to see Bobby Hemmett. And he's like, Bobby Hemmett, this is what Brother Panic said. He's like, Bobby Hemmett doesn't want to see you niggers. He doesn't give a fuck you niggas. He's all just talking down. And I'm like, they just want to say what's up. But it's funny, when that nigga Bobby Hemmett had a fucking brain aneurysm, that nigga fucking, all of a sudden, this nigga Bobby Hemmett was taking donations to help get him into a good doctor. People were sending him money and everything. I was like, I want to see that nigga shit, because now all of a sudden you have a brain aneurysm. Now you want people to send you money. And then I'm guessing people sent him money and he's doing good now, or whatever he did as a result of the money people sent him. It helped. But like, you still don't see him come out to make a fucking video. At least come out and you don't even have to do a lecture. Maybe he doesn't feel it in his health-wise to do a lecture. But at least make a fucking social media for like a minute. Oh, this is Bobby Hemmett. And shout out to everybody, whatever. And I see everybody in the comment. And yeah, I'm still doing strong. And make it like 30 minutes, 30 seconds or something. Just say something. You don't even have to lecture, talk about a quote. He can't even fucking do that. But then when he had a brain aneurysm, he didn't even open up his own line. You have to go through Brother Panic to send him money and go through Brother Panic to get information. He couldn't come up or his wife, and I'm like, nigga, fuck that nigga. And then first of all, you weren't even teaching shit to the community, and then you got everybody looking up to him like he's just somebody. But I think the white man put you on to distract people. That's why all of a sudden you had a platform back in the day, and now and all the videos you have now is because the white man's promoting your shit. You weren't talking about shit but the white man. That's why they're promoting you out. Because anybody, the only person I see on here that's talking some real shit, they blocking the fuck out of him, trolling the fuck out of his page. And I'm not saying everybody knows everything, but the person I see talking the most common sense on this bitch that's in that type of niche platform, spiritual community, they blocking the fuck out of them. And they, so anybody that they're promoting, I'm looking at right now as a piece of shit. Like, it's getting to that point. Like, when I see somebody that's getting promoted and if I see somebody getting promoted and getting over 50,000 views plus per video, you have a lot of subscribers and views per video, and you're talking in a spiritual content, I look at you as a piece of shit at this point. Now, I didn't always used to, but right now, 2025 onwards, you're a piece of shit, and I don't have respect for you, because how the fuck are they blocking and trolling? You see this nigga shot the Dolo. You see his page, and they blocking and trolling the fuck out of every day. Like, these niggas, you can tell they're feds, because they're coming on his shit every day, every time of night. It don't matter, morning, night, midday, afternoon. They come on this nigga's page, talking all they shit back to back like it's a fucking machine. I'm like, God damn, they don't even rest. Blocking his shit. But then you'll see people talking the most dumbest shit, and then they'll have fake views, fake comments. Like, you'll never go on Infinite Waters chat and see no troll. You'll never go on, bro. So I'm like, now, if you're talking spiritual and you're getting a lot of views and you're not getting trolled, you're a piece of shit. I look at you like your content ain't shit. Like, I literally, that's how it is for me. That's why I don't watch any spiritual content to this day. I don't really watch spiritual content, because it's all full of shit. Because in reality, when you look at it, like, you should already know what you need to be doing and go operate off that and live your fucking life. You don't go to work and work at fucking McDonald's and come home talking about what you did at McDonald's. You go home and you chill. So if you're spiritual and you're doing spiritual shit, you do your spiritual shit and you chill and enjoy your life and have fun. All these other niggas talk about, oh, you got to be spiritual 24/7 and be miserable, and talk about how fucking I'm an Anunnaki god waiting for the fucking spaceships to arrive, nigga. I don't know what the fuck you on, nigga. You go drown in a fucking lake or something with your stupid ass. I don't know what the fuck you smoking. So it's like, that's why I say the whole spiritual community is weird. From the Bobby Hemmett shit, then you have all these dumbass people like fucking Phil Valentine. That nigga look like he fucking grooms little ass girls. I don't know. He just got that a little girl. Like, he's like the type of nigga that look like if he had like a class and it'll be like a little fucking like 15-year-old girl, he'll be like behind her and grinding and shit. And, oh, this is how you do the poses. He looked like a fucking groomer, Phil Valentine. He looked like he groomed teenage girls. I don't know. I just get that feeling. He got a sexual addiction to teenage girls. He's like, and then yeah, like that fucking, even that nigga, brother Rich, that nigga is a fucking weirdo, because he's all talking like all this, like, oh, Bobby Hemmett's the master teacher, Bobby Hemmett, the master teacher, and then he'll go on one of his pages like, I remember Bobby Hemmett said X, Y, and Z. I don't know if it's true or not. Like, anytime you hear a nigga say, I don't know if something's true, anytime you hear anybody who doesn't have any conviction, I have more respect. Well, I don't want to say that, but I low-key kind of have more respect for somebody who's a religious person who believes in it full-heartedly than somebody who's into spirituality who talks about, we don't know. What do you mean we don't know, bitch? There's no such thing as we don't know. It's you don't know. You don't talk about we don't know. I'm not we. Like, people say, oh, we don't know what happens after you die. Bitch, no, you don't know what happens after you die. Are you in everybody's mind and are you in reality to actually make a conclusion that we don't know? Like, no, bitch, you don't know. You can't say we don't know, because for you to say we don't know means you know that we don't know. How do you know we don't know if you don't even know that you know? Fucking stupid fuck. Get the fuck out of here. And then, so this nigga, Brother Rich, he's all talking like, oh, we don't know. But I'm not sure what Bobby Hemmett said was right, but I think what Bobby Hemmett was saying was, he's like, I think what he was saying was correct, but we don't know. Bobby Hemmett once said, and I forgot what he said, it was some bullshit. But even if Bobby Hemmett's on some bullshit, like, bitch, at least have some conviction in what the fuck you believe in. Like, how are you supposed to be Black Magic 363? You have all these spiritual people on your panel. You don't have nothing you believe in. You don't have nothing. Like, you could tell he's like retarded. Like, I remember some bitch came on his platform and was reading his aura, and she's like, oh, I guess the bitch was like, 6 months ago something happened to you and you went through a big transition, and he's like, oh, you're right, I had a baby, oh my god, and he's all shocked. I'm like, why are you so shocked that she was able to see that, she was able to reach your energy? Aren't you supposed to be spiritual? Shouldn't you be able to know that somebody can reach your energy, you stupid motherfucker? Obviously you ain't that spiritual, stupid ass nigga. When you getting all fucking wet like a schoolgirl and shit. Oh my goodness, how did you know that? Oh, ooh, ooh, that's deep. Get your stupid ass up, nigga. You ain't spiritual. Getting all wet because somebody did, like, you don't know people can read auras, you stupid motherfucker. That's not anything special. The bitch read your fucking aura. Like, I don't know, it's just crazy. And like the thing is, he trying to come like he's trying to speak like he's all spiritual and deep. Like, nigga, you're not spiritual and deep. Like, the people that come on your page are all fucking retarded. They talk about the dumbest, stupid shit ever. Most of your people on those pages are not even real people. There's AI fucking pages. And you got that fucking stupid nigger Billy Carson talking about, oh, I discovered what's under the pyramids. I don't give a fuck what's under the pyramids, nigga. What the fuck were you doing under the pyramids? Doing janitor work? Cleaning out the fucking shit, the excrements of the mummies or some shit? What the fuck were you doing under the pyramid? I'm surprised them crackers let you in those pyramids. I don't give a fuck what's in those damn pyramids, nigga. Unless it's some fucking gold, nigga. You about to send it to every fucking black person. Since you said black people come from pyramids, and pyramids and Egyptian is so black and nigger. So if that's the case, nigga, you better be digging up some gold under those pyramids and be sending them to every black person. Nigga, I need a gold brick. Fuck you mean, nigga. I don't talk about no fucking gold, no fucking pyramid, nigga, unless you about to send every nigger, because you say niggers come from that shit. You go send my ass a motherfucking gold brick or something. You ain't sending me shit, nigga. Don't talk to me about no damn what the fuck's. I don't care what's in the pyramid. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to know. I don't care. This is something you gonna send me. The fuck is that helping our people, nigga? That shit ain't helping nobody. But your fucking pockets. And then they be charging insane amount of money for dumbass shit. Like, oh, go get this consultation with me. You wasting your fucking money. You bet just as good as going to take that money and fucking spending it in a fucking slot machine in Vegas. You might actually get something from your money and giving it to these stupid ass charlatans. Fuck you mean, nigga. That's what I swear. These people, like, they be bringing up the energy to make me just want to cuss these motherfuckers out. I don't like to be in a negative energy, but it's like, I don't like negative ass people. Like, that shit hella annoys the hell out of me. He's like, real shit. Oh, shout out to everybody in the room. Shout out to Speak Your Mind. Brother Panic was the realest out of all of them. He was on some bullshit too, but at the same time, I did fuck with his channel more than all the other people. Because I remember when he was doing shit, I did fuck with him more than anyone else on that platform or anybody within that community. I fuck with him the most when I was in that shit, when I was like watching that shit. He said he deleted his channel. Yeah, the funny thing is they deleted his channel, and it's not funny, but it's fucked up. They deleted his channel and they're making money off his shit. So he has like so many channels of people just making money off his information. So it's crazy. They just do you dirty like that. They're probably gonna make some fake ass AI. I wouldn't be surprised they make some AI to bring Brother Panic back, and then it's like a real version of him. Or they'll probably lie. Oh, Brother Panic really wasn't dead. He just lied, and then some AI page. This shit's crazy, man. That's why I say fuck all these niggas, man. To Europe, whether it be so ass windy up there. Yeah, I fucking hate Europe's like the worst place on this planet. Like Europe, it's the worst place. That's why they didn't want. That's why a lot of the Europeans they came over to America and Africa, and they can't fuck with China really because China ain't playing that. But why you think they leave their country and they go to other countries? Because Europe is the worst place to live. Like the weather sucks, the environment sucks, the agriculture sucks. They can't do shit over there. They can't grow shit. I think none of the fruit really grows good over there. The farmland is always cloudy. The energy there's not even no wildlife in Europe. There's not that much wildlife. Look at Africa. Look at South America. Look at Asia. Even the U.S. it has wildlife. Like you go the wilderness, the forest. They have deers, bears. What the fuck does UK have? Even if they do have wildlife, it's very minimal. Very is not that much. What animal comes from Europe? What animal other than the fucking rat? The fucking rat. That's the only thing that comes from Europe is the rat. That's why they have those plagues and shit. Dirty ass rats and shit climbing up everywhere. They don't got nothing. That's why they had to leave that country, because that place was so filthy and funky and disgusting. That's why they had that plague that killed everyone and shit. Like I remember they even tell you that shit. Like they had a plague and it killed a lot of people because it was like bacteria. Them niggas didn't shower because it was luxury to shower like more than like I remember hearing like it was luxury to shower like once a month or some shit. Like people, the average person would shower once a year, but then like they said like the people in the upper class would shower like once a month, or like it was some weird shit I remember hearing. Like the people at the top would shower like once or twice, once every 2 months or something, whereas the average person showered once a year. So every single time every single time when you see some history or you see those Masonic pictures and it shows like those Europeans in like the medieval days, or you remember in school how they used to show pictures of those people in the medieval, those pictures smell like shit. You know damn well them niggas stink. Every time you see a European in like those old medieval pictures, just know they stink. Like that picture, if you were at their location, it would smell like shit piss. Every time you see those white people with those fucking gray wigs on and those medieval dresses, every time you see a picture and they try to, oh, this is what the medieval look like. They don't tell you how it smelled. They just tell you how it looked. Mona Lisa, that picture, she smelled like fucking shit. Cause them niggas they stunk. So when they drew that Mona Lisa, that's probably not even a real person, but that's the image of what they look like. So if you were to go back in time when they created that picture, those people they stunk. Them niggas stink. Yeah, it's all fake. All of it's fake. He said Andrew Tate promotes crypto in Europe. Yeah, they have to promote because crypto is like it's fake. Like the reason like people say, oh, crypto's going up. Obviously crypto's gonna go up because they have to make it go up. They can also make it go down, but it's like people talk about like crypto is something like the government doesn't have control over. I'm not saying you can't make money from crypto or you shouldn't be in it. I'm not saying that, but don't think that cryptocurrency is something like that isn't controlled by the government. Like people say, oh, crypto's over 100,000. That's because there's a fucking man that wants it to be over 100,000. It's not like it's not like something that happens in nature. Like cryptocurrency is nothing but a result of what another man wants. So if they wanted to go to 100,000, then they're gonna make it. If they wanted to go down, then they'll make it go down. Even that nigga Phil Valentine, he was all. I remember that nigga Phil Valentine had a shirt that said "Buy XRP." Like, why in the fuck would you wear a shirt that says "Buy XRP"? I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't. I'm not a financial guru, so I don't give a fuck. So I don't know about that. Maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. I don't know. Go to a financial guru. But why would you wear a shirt that says "Buy XRP" if you're not even into finances? You're not a financial guru, so why in the fuck would you say "Buy XRP"? Like, why do you even care? Like, if you want to buy XRP, then go buy XRP. But why do you have to wear that shirt promoting other people and then knowing that he will wear that shirt on Black Magic's channel? And I'm like, why would you wear that shirt knowing that all those people watch you? Like, what the fuck? I don't get it. Like, well, I would not want to promote something when it comes to finances. If I want to do something, then I'm gonna do it. But I would never tell somebody to buy this stock. Even if you could make money on it, like, why would I tell you to do that? That's hella stupid because you would never know if you can make money off of a stock or not. You have to get, it's all speculation. And even if you're making money off the stock, you're making somebody else richer. You can't make money within their system while not making somebody else rich. So if you make $1 million from stock, then you made somebody else like 10 million, like because you bought into the stock. So like, oh, I made 10 million from stock market. That means you made the person richer. Like if I have a car to sell you, and I'm gonna sell the car for $100,000. If you buy the car from me for $100,000, and I made $100,000 from the car, I gave you a car. You didn't just give me the money. I gave you something. So if I make $1 million from stock, I gave somebody something. Yeah, I made $1 million from it, but I gave somebody something. Does it make sense? So you're getting somebody richer. It's not like, oh, it's there to help you. You're just playing into their role, and then they paid you that money based upon what you did. And then the money comes from somewhere. The money's not like comes out of thin air. Like a lot of dumbass people don't understand. Like this is why the stock market, like somebody has to lose money in the stock market for you to make money. That's why it's not, you can't really speculate stocks like that, because somebody has to make money. Somebody has to lose money for you to make it. That's why, like when the stock market crashes, it crashes. But when it crashes, a lot of people make money. They just talk about the down, like they say, oh, the stock market crashed, and I lost 50 million in the stock market. Well, somebody else got that money. The money didn't just disappear. Like you paid somebody $50 million. If you lose $10,000 in the stock market, somebody got your $10,000, dummy. So all that shit is all a fucking pyramid scheme. It's a scam. But it's funny that they can do a scam, but you can't do a scam. You do a scam, it's a problem. You go and create your own pyramid scheme, and you go to jail for it. Most of the people making crypto coins yeah, a lot of those crypto coins are all fucking scams. They're all fucking scams. I remember my dad was telling me, oh, put some money into this coin. I didn't put no money into this coin, and that coin ended up going bad. I'm not putting no money into the old fucking coin. It's fucking retarded. Like I used to be into that shit, and I'm not telling people don't do it. I'm telling you I don't do it. Because a lot of those coins people make, it's all like a scam. Like, because it's not the whole crypto thing is not regulated like banks and shit really. So what people do is they'll make a coin, especially you people who are like, or who are famous, or somebody who has like a lot of followers, or somebody who can, because you need somebody to buy into your coin. And then so you be like, oh, I have this coin, and then you say, oh, it's gonna be the next XRP, and then you got like 20 people, or you got like 1,000 people, or however many people send you like a lot of money, so you end up getting your coin to be worth millions. And then by the time your coin is like at like fucking $50 million, you just fucking take all the money out. And then once you take the money out, the coin goes up to like $2 a coin, but then it goes down, and then you got people waiting for the coin to go up, and never goes up, and it dies out. That's what they do. It's all the fucking, that's what like some of those coins do, because the coin isn't really like, it doesn't have enough. I don't want to say it's backed by anything, because none of the coins are backed by anything. It's just, it's belief. It's only backed by belief. Like Bitcoin isn't backed by shit. Like you said, oh, the reason that the coin, they did a rug pull on the coin, and the coin, like it bottomed out, is because the coin wasn't backed by nothing. I'm like, bitch, no coin is backed by anything. Even XRP, even Bitcoin is not backed by shit. Even when you look at Bitcoin, it's backed by the fucking government. It's backed by media clout. And the whole notion of digital currency is so it's all the belief of the people. Like there's no coin that's fucking actually backed by something. It's all just whatever, like any coin can. And I'm not saying like, because the coins might go up, but like why are they're going up? Not for your benefit. Like if like Bitcoin's at 100,000, but it was at like 30,000 like a year and a half ago. People think it's going up to make people richer. No, it's going up because it's convenient right now for the system to make Bitcoin go up, and that's where they want it to go. If you happen to get in on it, then you're in on it. But don't think that anything that they're doing is to help you financially. It's just you gotta get in on it or not. And who's to say they don't just take all that Bitcoin, or they crash it, or like literally anything can happen. Like Bitcoin can literally drop to like 50,000 tomorrow, and then go back up. Like if like for example, if let's just say they want people to sell their Bitcoin. They said we like too many people are getting rich off Bitcoin. Let's drop it to 50,000. If they drop it to 50,000, you know how many people are gonna go sell their shit, and then they sell it to other people, and then those people buy it, and then it goes back up to like 120,000. They make even more money. So that's what they do, but they can't do it too much. Is if they do it too much, then nobody will really trust it. They have to like do it in a certain way. Because all that shit, we're in a new ship. None of that shit is gonna mean shit. All that shit, like people think that, oh, I'm gonna get this and that, and we're in a new shift. And when I say that, like this shift is ongoing. The next 5 years, life is not gonna be like you think it is. So, you putting your energy into a lot of these things, it's like people thinking like, oh, when Bitcoin's gonna go to $1 million and this and that, and I'm like, how do you even know the $1 million is gonna even be what it is today? Like you don't know how the world's gonna be, how the system's gonna be. You don't know what type of shit. Like, don't be taking shit like that just because I don't trust any of these money markets. If you're gonna get into it, I would say do day trading, because day trading you're in and you're out. You do it a little bit, you make your money, and then you take it out. Day trading is like you're scalping. You get in and out. That's as far as I'll say. But and if you are gonna do long term investing, you should be somebody. Let's just say you have like $1 million to your name, and you want to put 10,000 in a long term stock, and I don't care about this. You don't care about losing the 10,000, and it's just whatever. Then okay, then that's different. But don't be getting your little shitty McDonald's job like these dumbass. Oh, go work at McDonald's and save up and put in this. No, you're just gonna be getting your money. I know so many people that they just fucking work at McDonald's. They'll go get their little check. Their whole check is fucking eaten up by because the way they make the markets, they make it to take money from you. That's all they do. It's like they make it to steal money from you. If you don't know what you're doing and how it's operating, you're gonna get your money just taken. Say, man, some of these money markets are motherfuckers be. Yeah, you can't be like, what are you even like? Even when you look at like, there's just one motherfucker like because think about when you're a day trader and you're making money, you're not doing shit. Like, what are you doing? Unless you're gonna take the money and do something creative with it, you're not doing shit. Like, you're not doing nothing. Like, it's just useless. That's another thing I always seeing people like this one dude. He does day trading, and then he was like talking like this is when I was doing day trading. He would just like make videos on YouTube and shit, and he will all tell people how like, oh, you need to be. He's all trying to talk like he's some type of success guru. I'm like, bitch, you just day trade, dude. Get out. Don't be on your high horse. Like, you ain't shit. You just a fucking day trader. You're not doing nothing for anyone. And then even every now and then you'll see these people. They'll have a losing streak. Like, they always the same pattern. Like, they'll be winning and making a lot of money. This is why like every day trader will even tell you that you can't make day trading your only income. And a lot of these people say, oh, I make tens of thousands a month on day trading. But if you look at their channel, they have a program that they teach people how to day trade. And if you look at the amount of money they charge for the program, and you look at how many people they have buying the program, they make more money, if not the same in some cases, than them day trading. So a lot of these people who tell you, oh, you can make money off day trading, like, they make a lot of money selling a course on how to day trade. Why do you think they have so many courses and teaching people? Because you can't just make all your money from day trading. Because you're gonna lose. You're inevitably gonna get to points where you lose money. Because the way they create the stock market is they have to make it where if too many people are making money in the stock market, then they have to manipulate the market to make it go down. Like, people say, oh, I have a strategy. Like, okay, if you don't believe what I'm saying, if you look at day traders, they will tell you that It doesn't matter. Every day trader will tell you this. It doesn't matter what strategy you have to keep learning because the market will always throw curves at you. And a person who's stupid and feeble-minded will say, well, that means I have to keep learning and I have to stay on my toes and I have to switch up my strategy. But me, I'm looking at it like, no, bitch. They have a system that sees, okay, a lot of if too many people are making money in the stock market, or it's too much people coming in and not enough money coming out, or too much money going out and not enough in, and people are making too many wins, then they manipulate the market to try to get, because you can only make money off stock markets if somebody loses. So if everybody knows the perfect trade on how to trade stocks, then where's the money going to come from? You see what I'm saying? Where's the money going to come from? There was times I remember, like, I would trade on certain fucking things, and I'll be like, it was, I don't know what it is, but I would trade on certain, like, um, crypto, whatever, what the fuck do you call it? I haven't done this shit in a while, but there's certain things that I'll trade on certain crypto coins, and it'll be like it was not a big coin, like a small coin. And I remember I'll be up like a certain amount of money, and then I'll close my what do they call it? Like, you close your call, or you close your whatever the fuck it is. Like, I closed the sale, and then I didn't even get any money from it, even though I was up, because it wasn't enough for me to fulfill the contract or some shit. Like, it was some weird shit. I remember, like, even though I was up the money, I didn't even get my money because the coin wasn't. It was like, it wasn't even a coin. It was like a very new coin, or it wasn't like enough people trading. It was some weird shit. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but all I know is, like, you don't make, like, you have to, in order for you to make money, somebody has to lose money. That's why even these stock market people will tell you that it's not always a good time to trade. Like, they'll tell you, when I was researching, they said the best time to trade is like 30 minutes a day, because you have to get in when there's a lot of money, when there's big money. If you get in and let's just say you come in at a time of day and there's no money, then you ain't gonna make no money. You're gonna most likely lose. But the people who make the most money, they do it at a certain time. Like, they'll wait for a certain event or move. They call it an event when a certain stock market trend it happens, and then once it happens, they'll get in on it. And then that's what I was doing, and you'll get in and make a lot of money because it's a certain pattern. But some days that trend may not even happen. Sometimes it happens 3 times a day. You can make a lot of money. Sometimes it doesn't even happen. Sometimes it only happen for like a week. Like, it just depends. It's like, it's all a fucking scam. So it's like, and then usually when those trends do happen, the funny thing is because there's a lot of stupid people who are in the stock market who don't know what the fuck they're doing. You're making money off them. They call it dumb money. That's a slang word they call it they call it dumb money. When newcomers and people who don't know what they're doing, they make money. They just throw their money in there, and you're making money off them. So it's like, you're always making money from someone. With the credit, yeah, the credit game. That's another thing. Like, the way I look at the credit game, I wouldn't say that's a scam. Like, well, it is a scam. Credit is a scam, but in terms of getting your credit right, that has more credibility and more. It makes more sense than the stock market, because at least with the credit, you just removing shit and you're getting your credit better. And in some cases you can, but I would, like, the way I look at it, I wouldn't say the credit is bad to get your shit up, because that's more of a thing that you can do. But I still wouldn't promote it. I still wouldn't promote it. I wouldn't promote it, or I wouldn't not promote it. I'll just say, if you feel like that's something you need to do, then there's ways to do it. But I wouldn't advise just paying anybody to get your credit up, because there's a lot of people who you pay them money to get your credit up, and then they'll say, oh, in 2 months I can do that. I can get your credit up, and you can get $100,000 loan in 2 months. Get the fuck out of here. The main way you get a loan is you have to have income coming in. You have to have money coming in. Like, if you don't have money coming in, then you're not gonna get no income. Like, There's no way you can just get. You could get a grant. A grant is like where they give you money and you can sign up for a grant and hope they give you money. But to get credit, you're not getting credit if you don't have money coming in. If you don't like, think because why would a bank give you credit? They're giving you credit because they think you can make money. You have to be making money to get money. So if you don't have no money coming in, why would a bank give you 50 grand? Why would they give you 100 grand? But if you have a business that's probably generating 30 grand, 40 grand a year, you can show them proof, then maybe they might give you like some money. You see what I'm saying? So it's like if you want to get your credit, it's like you have to first of all have a way to make money. You have to have a business or income coming in, like a business or something. That's like the number one thing you need to do first. To just say, well, I'm gonna go get credit. And even if you were to get the credit, how would you pay it off? Then you just gotta go use it and fuck your credit up again. Because even when you get the credit, you gotta it's all retarded, dude. Like, I can really give a fuck about any of that. Like, go watch a YouTube guru. I don't even want to teach stupid dumbass shit or tell people because this is fucking retarded. I don't care about any of that shit. Even if I were to learn it and do it, I wouldn't teach it on my channel because this is fucking retarded. Like I'll just do it and do my own thing. Like Jackie New told me to make a video how to, because I have an eBay page. She's like, oh, make a video talking about eBay. And in my mind, I'm like, I don't even want to make no video. I give a fuck about eBay. I'm not gonna go and make no. But I'm shout out to Jackie New and shit. Like, remember I gave her tips, but I'm not gonna. I don't want to make a tip when it comes to business or anything with this matrix. Leave me the fuck out of it. I don't want to have nothing to do with anything to do with this matrix and this system. And not to say I won't participate in it or I don't do what I got to do, but even if I do it, I wouldn't disclose it on my channel. I'll just do it behind the scenes and do what I got to do. But I'm not a person who teaches that because I don't. To be honest, I don't even like doing that shit. I don't even like doing it. He's like, the only thing Europe got going is some bad bitches. Yeah, everywhere they got some bad bitches. Everywhere you go, it don't matter where you go. There's fine females everywhere. It don't even matter. The only thing they got going is they got legal prostitution. You can fuck hookers for free. That's the only thing Europe got. Other than that, they don't have shit. Their food is disgusting. The weather's disgusting. The environment disgusting. I don't know. Everything about fucking Europe is just horrible. I got family that lives there, so I'll go visit family, but I might end this live stream. I'm kind of getting tired of this shit. Oh, man. Actually, I'm just seeing if I got all the comments. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna see somebody. I hate negative ass people too. No racist. No wonder Europeans want to go to the Americas and Africa. Yeah, I don't know. I would never want to fuck go. To be honest, I don't want to go. I'd rather just stay in America. To be honest, like I will go visit other countries, but I will go stay there. I wouldn't ever want to just move to it because as much as I don't like America and a lot of the shit here, when you really look at it, it's not as bad. It's not as bad. You go to other places. Even people say, "Oh, I will go to Thailand." Thailand is good if you're gonna go vacation, fuck some hookers, stay there for a little bit, and be there probably for like a few months, no more than a year, and then come back home. But you can miss me with living there. I would never live there. I hear so many stories on like people who live in Thailand now just to go to a fucking grocery store. Like they literally got to spend the whole day just to get groceries because it's so slow and like the internet goes out. the electricity, and like just the way it's like you guys. It's little nuances that you don't really know until you go there. Because once you're in America, you're in a country like this, and then you go to these places, you got to know that. And it's not saying I would never go there; just I would never want to live there. Because at the end of the day, the only reason I ever want to go to Thailand is just to fuck some bitches, and that's it. There's really nothing other than going over there. Like there's nothing in Thailand for me other than just going over there to just fuck some bitches. Like I don't like their food. They got some of the nastiest food. I don't like noodles. Um, I don't like any of this shit. I think they have some fucking like what's that shit called lumpia, some nasty shit. I remember somebody brought us some food like years. This was like a couple years ago. Like some lumpia. That shit was horrible. Yeah. He's like, I'm on Social Security, fuck working. Yeah, for sure. I'm, I'm for that. Like, I don't blame you. Like, be on that. Stay on that shit as long as you can, and don't get off of it unless you making more money not on it, and you ain't having to work a shitty ass job. Like, you got your own shit going, you got your own business going that you enjoy doing, and you just don't need it no more. And don't ever just get rid of it. Let them take you off of it. But I don't blame anybody for being on Social Security. You got people out here hating, oh, he's on Social Security. Oh, you just on Social Security. I mean, shut the fuck up, dude. Why do you care if somebody's on Social Security? Why do you care? Most of the reason most people say that because they're miserable. Like I said at the beginning of my video, most people are miserable. They work their shitty jobs, so they feel like they have that you should work the job like them. Like you got people that go to work every day. They can't pay their rent. They can't pay their bills, and they'll sit there and be like, "Oh, you're lazy. You don't work." But because they want you to be miserable, and you know how you can tell because when they see somebody successful, they still fucking hate. You'll see people out here that are influencers that make money off YouTube, and you'll see people say, "Oh, make an influencer. That's not a real job, bitch. You don't got a real job. That's why they just laid off 9,000 people at Microsoft because that wasn't a real fucking job. If it was, they wouldn't have been laid off. The fuck? What is a real? Like, there's nothing that's real. People get fired every day. People get laid off every day. Do you even know what the fucking definition of a layoff? They lay you off because the company wants to save money. So obviously they don't think your job is important enough. Then they fucking check. They take it home every fucking month. So a person who's an influencer, at least they don't have to worry about getting laid off. I don't blame you for being on Social Security, nigga. Stay on that shit until they take it. That's why they gotta take it away from there. They're trying to do all these things where, oh, we're gonna cut food stamps. We're gonna cut this and that. It's like, why the fuck does it even matter? Like that's so you can tell. Like, anytime they cut food stamps, it has nothing to do with just them just fucking being in crash out. They're, like I said, they're crashing out and they're doing dumb shit. Like, cause why would they? Why would it even matter for them? Like they got all this money. Like it's not like there's a scarcity of food. Like it's done as it's not done for the reasons you guys think it is. It's done to get an emotional reaction, to make people more stressed, to make people more upset, to make people feel like they have to give their time and energy to the system so then they can therefore get these families richer. It's all about getting the families richer. There's different Masonic families, and every time you work, you're getting them richer. You're building their system. They need that shit going. That's their main job and their main thing. Just like you wake up in the morning trying to better your life, they don't have nothing to do but to keep what they have going on. That's all they do. They don't have nothing else to do but to keep what they have going. And we're in a shift. So since we're in this shift, it's whatever that they're doing is not working the same way. That's why their movies are trash. Hollywood movies suck. Their video games suck. Nobody respects rappers. Nobody respects politicians. Nobody gives a fuck about any of this. And it's like the people who still do believe in that, they're just dumbasses. Like they don't even got the intelligent people. Like back at least 10, 20 years ago, you had people who are at least powerful spirits who are at least more powerful, they kind of fell for it. But now it's like the only people they have left are like dimwits. So if anyone votes for Trump or anybody votes for or like stills into their shit, is they're dimwits. They're nobody really. Because you even when you look at politics, 9 out of 10 people that are into politics, whether it be Republican or Democratic, most of these people are like, when you look at them, they're regular. They're like, look at the type of person they are. Not just who they vote for, but the type of person. They're not successful. They're not healed. They're not into self-improvement. These are just they're traumatized people. Like you'll have people talking about, oh, Donald Trump, he just got rid of the immigrants. He just got rid of food stamps. But the people that talk about this shit are the same people that food stamps and immigrants is affecting. Like there was this one, I was on Facebook and this one dude was talking about how he's for Trump. But I go on his profile page and he says he's a FedEx package handler. Like, dude, you're a FedEx package handler. Donald Trump is gonna get rid of your fucking position with AI. They're cutting. The position you're in as a person means absolutely nothing to a politician. They can give a fuck about you. This is why they're raising rent. A FedEx package handler makes no more than like $19, $20 an hour. They're raising prices. They're raising rent. They're adding tariffs. So he doesn't give a fuck about you. And then they'll be like, well, the tariffs and the taxes is to help the country in the long run. Like, no, it's not, you fucking retard. Like, I have to tell you that. That's why I feel like this is gonna be a weird after, because once Trump leaves president, something major is gonna happen because the government's gonna be in limbo. Because the more they keep creating laws that don't make sense, the more people who are Democrats are not going to trust the government. The more situations keep happening, the more Republicans aren't going to care, because the only reason Republicans like all these stupid things like tariffs, immigration, even though these things are stupid, the average Republican is like, okay, I'm for this because it's going to make America great. That's why they said make America great. They think getting rid of immigrants is going to make America great. They think tariffs is going to make America great. They think cutting food stamps is going to make America great. They think all these trade wars and tariffs is going to make America great and all this. But the thing is, America is never going to be great. It's going to be great as in the people who run this country. They're going to get their pockets like fatter, but it's never going to be great for the people. So once Trump leaves office, things are going to be worse. And I'm like, what's going to be their excuse for why things aren't better? Because then eventually people who vote for Trump are going to be like, okay, why isn't the world getting better? We're in 2035. The world's still not getting better. So like, that's why I'm saying like their shit's coming to an end. Because if Trump, all the shit Trump is doing, if America's not where the average Republican thinks it should be, and they're actually in a good position, the people are gonna lose faith in the government. So they're gonna either have to make the America, because if they make America the way people want it to be, then their system wouldn't work. So America has to fail for them to actually be in a prosperous energy where they're able to get money. If they make America great, like everybody, not great to their standards, but great to the people's standards, then their system wouldn't work. It wouldn't make any sense. So like, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. They're gonna lose faith within all these people. Republicans aren't gonna fuck with them, and Democrats, because Democrats already don't fuck with the government. Republicans fuck with the government only because they're passing all these laws and they're getting rid of all these things and programs and creating these programs. But these programs aren't to help people. So once the gig is up, once 4 or 5 years pass and America's worse, then what's gonna be the excuse? Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know what's gonna happen. They're losing their power. Like they're gonna lose their credibility. Because you can't say, well, the next president's gonna be like, oh, we're gonna do the same thing Trump did and make the same excuse. No, people are eventually gonna be like, okay, no, we don't trust you guys no more. Nothing's getting done. That's what I'm saying. all some bullshit. Everybody that's into politics now is a fucking retard. Like, I don't even think anybody who follows politics doesn't have some type of mental illness. You have to have some type of mental illness, whether that be acute mental illness or a major mental illness, that's going through your brain for you to even pay attention to politics. You have to. Because like none of, at this point, at least like 20, 30 years ago, politics has always been bullshit, but at least it was sold, it looked like it was sold more like, I think it was just because the shift ran, because politics has always been bullshit, but there's certain things they say on the news, they make the president say that they would never have made like George Bush say or fucking Bill Clinton say. Like there was a time where like presidents, they came off as like, even though they were full of shit, they didn't say and do certain things. Now it's like they know nobody takes this shit seriously. They know the only people that listen to the politics are dimwits. So this is why you have Donald Trump acting and saying dumb shit. You have fucking like these news outlets, they just talk out their ass because they already know that nobody takes them serious no more because they watch social media and nobody respects them. So they're like, they don't even try hard when it comes to like, they don't even try hard anymore. They just say whatever the fuck they want because they already know anybody that's still paying attention to them is going to pay attention to them. And anybody who isn't. There's no getting people to like pay attention. There's no more like converting people. Oh, come pay. Like they already know people take the news as fucking retardation. There's no fucking way around it. That's I'm like, that's a sign that this shit is collapsing because it's only gonna get worse. And don't think of it like, oh, the system, like this is gonna happen, the system's gonna collapse, and this is gonna collapse. Don't look at it like this. Look at it as like, look at the system as like this. The system is still gonna be the system. Look at life. Look at the shift. Look at everything that is that. Look at everything that's natural. Look at that's what matters, not the system. There's people can still wake up and go to work every morning. People can still go and believe in this shit. But regardless, what people can't change is the shift. The whole the way the energies that we're in. That in itself is gonna collapse the system. And it's gonna be like, it's like building a muscle. You don't get a bodybuilder physique overnight. It takes years of every day working out. Every day the shift is coming in, things are happening, and it's slowly degrading the system. Look at the way the world is right now. The system is compared to how it was 10 years ago, completely different. So you know their shit's collapsing, and it pretty soon I feel like it's going to get to a point where they're going to have to revamp and switch everything up. That's probably why they're adding AI, because eventually everything is just going to come to a complete like, it's not gonna stop, but it's gonna be, they're gonna switch shit up, and they're gonna, like, you know how they had the pandemic, how everything switched, but they kind of like finessed it inside, like they kind of finessed it where, because they switched the system up, but then they made you think, oh, it was because of this, it was because of the bacteria in the sky and all this other crap. But then in reality, it has nothing to do with that. It was, they wanted to change the system, so they're gonna like do some type of event and finesse it in it. But just know if they do, because when they did the pandemic shit, that was because we were going through another shift. Had nothing to do with anything else. Nothing to do with nothing else. It was because they're going through another shift and they had to switch shit up. Switch shit up. That's all it had to do. We're going through another shift pretty soon. I think it's like next year. We're going through another shift. We're in a shift right now, but it's gonna fully solidify next year. Where it's gonna be like on a diff. Right now, we're in a transition. We're not. We're like, people will say we're in a shift, which we are in a shift right now, but it's a transitionary shift. We're like in the middle of it. Next year, in the next year to 2 years, we're gonna be in the whole next shift. So it's not gonna be no balancing or no limbo. We're gonna be fully in it, especially once all these planets fully stay in these outer planets and we're really in this shit. That's when you're gonna start seeing a lot of shit going down. Like once we get to especially once in the next 3 years, that's when we're gonna be really in it, and you're gonna start seeing a lot of because the government they're in crash out mode right now. So each year they're gonna get more not there mentally. So this is why you're gonna start seeing a lot of things. You're gonna start doing a lot of crazy shit. They may start getting rid of a lot of jobs, or which that ain't crazy. Fuck these jobs, but they're gonna get rid of a lot of like things that a lot of people may say they want and need. And just remember that's just them crashing out. Give it about like 2 3 years. It's gonna be like they're gonna be really doing crazy shit. Because the more the government crashes out, the more crazy fuck shit they're gonna be doing. Because they already know like there's no point. They're looking at it like there's no point. So they're just gonna do whatever the fuck they want to do. What happens if the system crashes? Then what? Ain't nothing gonna happen. Nigga, we just live our life. Like the system ain't shit. Like look at it like this. You go to prison, you go to jail, you go to a homeless encampment. Go to these places where they're like on the outer fringes of society. These people make do with nothing. If you ever go like to a homeless encampment, these people are able to make electricity out of just fucking nothing. I've never seen this nigga. He makes electricity out like a fan, a TV in his tent. He was able to tap into a pole and get electricity. And some people be like getting a fucking potato and making like they'll be able to create like a camp, like a tent within a tree house. People become crafty. Like human beings aren't dumb like you think they are. They try to make you think they are dumb. Like if you got all the homeless people and put them in like a fucking abandoned area and gave them material how to build houses, or don't even give them shit, they're gonna make do and they're gonna build. All they need is just resources like water, food. You give them that, that's all they need. They're gonna build. And then the only reason people struggle is because they're being blocked. It's not because there's no resources, it's because they're being blocked from the resources. If you put a human being that you don't even have to teach them shit, just give them what they know right now, put them in a society with water, with resources to build a force. Human beings are eventually gonna come and build, and then that's how civilizations start and they build. They got you thinking that, oh, homeless people are hopeless or people are hopeless. People in Africa, they're hopeless. No, they're being blocked. They're being blocked from the resources. They have political war. They got shit. They put poison in the water. They do different things economically, socially, politically to keep that country or that group of people stagnated. It's not that they can't grow. Like any type of stagnation, any type of struggle, like 99% of struggle you see in reality in life, it comes from a government that's creating it because they have to create it so they can have you give them power, so they can create welfare and EBT and create laws and taxes, because that comes from you being stuck and you needing them. So if you let people live life and mind your fucking business, nobody's gonna be stuck. The only way you can have somebody stuck is if you don't mind your fucking business. The government doesn't mind their fucking business and they like to be in everybody's face while at the same time acting like you guys need us and why are you bugging us, or you're an inconvenience. No, bitch, you're an inconvenience. Get the fuck out the goddamn way. If every politician, military general, and all their children would have just dropped dead, the world would be peaceful. There will be no, everybody will have water, everybody will have houses, and everybody will be living in peace. Nothing's perfect, obviously, but it will be 100,000% perfect than it is now. So, like, you got to look at it. Even mental illness, like every mental illness, like pedophilia, rape, schizophrenia, anything negative you could think of is because of this government. Every fucking thing. Everything, because society is in balance. Like when your spine and your circulatory and your energies are in alignment, you don't have illness. That's why you don't have disease, because you're at ease, you're at peace. So how can you be sick if you don't have an alignment? The only way you can be sick and be in alignment is if a snake or something external bites you, poisons you, or somebody shoots you, something external. So if this earth and this planet is in balance because there's no Masons, no Jews, no fucking dumb piece of shit politicians in the way because they're dead and gone, that means Earth is in balance. So therefore, it's able to provide for people. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, there's no blockage from a certain level of what we need and resources. So it's like that's how simple it is. Like they're the problem. They're the issue for everything, even mental illness. Why does a kid get his ass beat by his dad? Because the dad is stressed because of the system. So he drinks beer that the system created and provides. And he's drinking so he can block out the trauma that he was created when he was young as a result of his parents being part of the system and the system putting stress. And then now we're in a situation where it's like a cycle. This is why I say like you have to understand like every problem is because of the government, it's because of the system. But don't let that make you think that you can't grow and evolve and be something. Don't, that's just stupid. Like you can still become successful and great. But the system, when it crashes, nothing really is going to happen other than human beings will be, because you got to look at it like this. Like if anything does happen, it's going to be because people are dependent on the system. And because if the system were to crash, even if people were dependent on it, as long as the government is not blocked, because when you say the system crashed, do you mean the system crashes as in the government is no longer an influence, or the system crashes is because the government did some stupid fuck shit and they're still controlling shit? Because as long as the government is controlling shit, the system can look like it crashed and you can still be blocked. So if the system crashes and you still are blocked, that means the government is still in the mix. But if the system crashes and you're able to thrive and there's no blockages, that means the government is dismantled and they're not here no more. They're not doing whatever they're doing. But we're at a time right now where pretty much where we might have to just wait. I don't want to, I hope this isn't the case, but it's looking like people might have to just wait it out. Like the government's just going to have to like die off. Because you see a lot of these old ass people, they're hella old and they're going to die off real soon. A lot of these governments. So we might have to just wait till they just die off and then they don't come back. And then therefore it frees up this land for something better to happen. Because even if the government's here in the next 100 years, they're gonna have to switch their system. Because remember, I told you there's gonna be eventually this planet's not gonna have no more trees, no more fruit. A lot of resources that they use to make iPhones, to make technology, to make grocery stores and cars, a lot of those resources are gonna be gone. It's gonna be a different type of living, we're gonna be in a different mental consciousness where you don't need that shit. It's gonna be more bliss and better, just way better. So you're not gonna need material shit and GMO shit. They're not gonna be able to create that shit. You know how like people say, "Oh, plant animals went extinct," or everyone says, "Oh, nothing's natural, everything's GMO." Pretty soon, there's not gonna be no more GMO. Just like everything's GMO and fake because we went from natural to GMO. Eventually we're gonna go from GMO to something. It's not gonna be no more They won't even be able to create GMO shit. Because you sit to think like, oh, people don't what's something that's GMO that used to be natural? Let's just say you have like something that's natural that we used to do, and then nobody does that. Everyone does the GMO version, and you say the GMO version we can create it in a lab, like medicine. They take herbs and their properties and then they put it in the medicine form and they make it in a lab. But why don't they just go out in nature and do it? Pretty soon they're not going to be able to make it in a lab. Nothing. So it's gotta fuck their system up. So even if they're here, the system is gonna have to change, and a lot of them are just gonna have to just die off because they won't be able to be here. Because there's not gonna be no more fucking like plant life. Like certain animals aren't gonna be here. They're gonna be probably different animals, different plants, trees. Well, there probably not gonna be no more trees on this fucking realm anymore. Like it's got to get to a point like that. You don't have to believe me. Like it's because the Earth is evolving. Like you guys don't gotta understand. Like the Earth is when it evolves, it doesn't look the same over. Like in 1,000 years, this planet is not gonna look like this. It's not gonna be. They're not even gonna be humans on this planet no more. Eventually, we're not going to be humans. We're going to take a different body and a form, and it's going to be something else, whatever the fuck it is. Just like there wasn't always humans here, we were something else, and we became human. Next is going to be something else, because that's the whole evolution of the soul and shit. Like you have to just grow. You don't just stay the same shit. You don't just watch the same movie every day or eat the same thing every day or you switch it up because it's the same. Like you think your spirit wants to be a human forever, so it doesn't make sense. Your spirit doesn't want to be a human forever. It's limited. Would you want to be a cockroach or a rat forever? You don't even want to be that shit right now. You're like, I like being a human, but you don't want to be this shit forever. Mm-hmm. Just like a bird. A bird probably doesn't want to even be a human. A bird's like, oh, a bird's probably scared of a human. Probably like some birds probably like, oh, I'm scared of a human. Or some animals would be like scared of a human. They probably don't even. They look at a human like, I don't want to be a human. But yet again, a human being is better than that. But they don't know. So it's like the same as being a human. Just like they want Diddy to go to jail. Like, yeah, I don't really care about the whole Diddy shit incident. We give a fuck. Yeah, there's more dumb shit they want people to talk about. Yeah, this live went on longer than I expected. I did not expect this live to go on this long. Yeah. I'm gonna drop the link one more. I don't know. Fuck it. I'm not dropping a link. I might get up off here. Yeah, I don't feel like dropping a link right now. Prince Hulk, what's good with it? Yeah, I'm probably gonna get off this live stream right now. I'm getting kind of not tired, but I'm just tired of really talking right now. So I'm trying to think. Do I need to go anywhere today? Oh shit, I think I do. Yeah, I might have to drop one of my packages off. Fuck, I really don't even want to do this shit. Yeah, I don't know. Probably gotta just go and drop one of my packages. I might just do that shit tomorrow. To be honest, I don't care. I'm gonna end this live stream, guys. I'm gonna hit you guys back up a little later. Peace.